3, 2, 1. Joe, how are you, my friend?
Not too bad. Fuck that bitch, Carol Baskins. So, Doom Nation, welcome to the, what was Joe's, Joe Exotic Zoo?
What was the name of Joe Exotic Zoo?
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know.
I bet you guys didn't remember how 2020 started right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It did start
Yeah.
with this shit.
Yeah. So, Doom Nation, this is our Halloween episode, and we're in the shack in the back, and we got a very special guest today.
Shane,
Hi.
say hi. Shane is our
Pumpkin Queen.
yeah. Shane is our Halloween expert, spooky
Always.
bitch extraordinaire.
Yes.
Always.
Basic Witch.
Basic whiskey. This whole time I've been looking for the whiskey. I'm like, where the fuck is whiskey? I thought we lost it. There it is.
Well, it's never too far from me.
Yeah.
Today we're trying Wolfburn.
Yes. We're gonna burn.
Sounds spooky, I guess. Big scary wolf on it.
We're going a little bit lighter hearted today after the election debate and whatnot. We're just gonna get fucked up and talk about Halloween and the history of Halloween. Shane prepared about how many pages of notes?
Like 10.
There you go.
Yeah, I've looked up nothing about the history of Halloween, anything. I'm here to just drink and get learnt and look incredibly fly.
Get learned.
Yeah, get learnt.
Yeah, no, like a majority of it is just stuff I knew from years of watching spooky things.
So wait, hold on. Let's start off. What got you in? So Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, and I've always loved. Here I am, a full-grown man, dressing like a gay tiger owner. So I really enjoy Halloween. And you're dressed like his redneck boyfriend. Yeah.
You forgot the teeth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I can't really talk with them on, so
Yeah.
I'll put them on here for the effect, you know.
There we go. Yeah. Mr. John Finley, everyone.
Thank you.
So I always loved Halloween and the idea of trick-or-treating. So it was always probably one of my top favorite holidays. So what got you into the spooky business?
I've just been into it literally always. I mean, I didn't really watch the horror movie part until I got middle school. But my mom was a huge Halloween fan, went to parties and tried her best to win the costume contest. So I think
Okay.
it just kind of carried
That
on
rubbed
over to
off
me.
on the big costume deals.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then just starting to really enjoy makeup, it just got fun to do not normal everyday
Yeah.
looks.
It's pretty crazy now with what people could do with makeup now is because before to get the pumpkin look like you have right now, you would have had to buy the orange crap paint from
Yeah.
Party City, but now you could get high class quality makeup,
High-end special effects
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shane's also my beautician, and she's a makeup extraordinaire. She's the one who did my tats here. Did a good
I
job.
tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
It's my tiger.
I don't draw. So I just did what I could.
Yeah, you did a good job. Thank you.
You're
you
welcome.
made a living, breathing meme.
Yeah,
I brought the meme to life.
we were talking about John Finley also. He has a tramp stamp on his stomach. I mean, he must have one on his ass too, I would guess. But
He did
There's
have. He did have Joe's property right above his crotch. His
Oh,
crotch.
I think
Yeah.
I think
I
you got
don't
that
remember
removed.
that
Property
one.
of
I
Joe.
might
Yeah.
have just forgot that
Do you
one.
want me to get one of
altogether.
those, Cap? Property
Go for
of
it. The captain?
property
Hell
of the
yeah,
captain,
go
or
for it.
property of two doomed men.
There we go.
Amazing.
Doom Nation.
Yeah, I'll have to get out of my tramp stamp area. So what do you got in your notes? What do you want? What do you want to talk about? This is your
So
episode. Me and
I
Chris-
kind of really went anywhere from where it started and its transition into time now. I got the origin of where jack-o'-lanterns came from,
Okay. That
how
sounds interesting.
trick-or-treating really started.
So
I kind of went
we're-
into everything.
Let's start with Halloween's origin story.
Halloween's origins.
Go
All
for
right.
it.
So for the most part,
Dark and stormy night.
kind of. So Halloween was originally the 1st of November, celebrated by the Celtics.
Like the Irish.
Yeah, so
Celtics?
Ireland, the UK, some of France, all of that.
Okay.
And literally over 2,000 years ago, just way before our time. It was originally called the Harvest Celebration. So it was them celebrating winter coming and just getting ready to
Bed down.
bed down, stick into their houses, not leave for a few months just because it gets dark and stormy. And they're just
Self-quarantine.
yeah, literally quarantining for a few months every year. It was also a celebration of the dead. They believed that between October 31st and November 1st, which is the, like, for them, what was the break between fall and winter, the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. So the spirits could come to Earth and visit their families.
Any reason why that specific time of year?
Because winter brings death, and that's literally the seasons are organized based on birth.
That makes
So
sense.
You had to try and live
Spring is
through
the
winter.
birth. Fall is like, you know, your normal adult
It's the
years.
death of the year, yeah.
And
Makes sense, yeah.
summer is just the fun time.
I did not know
And
that.
then you
That's
get to
pretty crazy.
winter, and that's old age and death.
Yeah.
So everything's dying. The tree, you can't grow anything in the winter.
Right.
It's too cold. Grounds are too hard to.
Makes sense too, because when you're old, people say like you're in the winter of your years or life. or
Yeah,
whatever.
so it's just kind of a celebration of that. They would build bonfires, also known as bone fires. They would
We'll
take
be doing that later.
bones. They would be taking the bones of like dead loved ones, burn them into the fire, help them pass on. The idea of the costumes started because they were trying to keep the bad spirits away. They would wear costumes to blend in. So yes.
What were the costumes though?
Holy shit, they must be
What was a
terrifying.
2,000-year-old costume?
It
Because it
would-
wasn't like the Mummy
Yeah.
or Frankenstein.
No, it would be anything ghostly, scary looking, but that
Okay.
they made themselves, like animal hides. They would use all of that.
Oh, man.
Like if you remember how creepy costumes were just in the 1900s,
Yes.
Yeah.
just imagine how creepy
That's
those
what I
were.
was thinking of. I was like, man, I've seen old costumes
Yeah.
and they're fucking
There's-
horrifying.
I actually have a timeline of the most popular
Oh, that's
costumes for
great.
the last
Then-
100 years.
Then you probably have. So it's not a Halloween costume, but it's like I think it was like a picture of like Easter in 1935.
Oh,
was
and the Easter
terrifying,
bunnies?
and
Yeah.
it was this Easter bunny that looked like it would eat you. It was terrifying.
Yeah, you could be now. You could be the 1935 Easter Bunny
And
for
be- yeah,
Halloween
yeah.
now. Yeah.
And
And-
scare people. Yeah,
And people would just think you're from Donnie Darko. They
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
know.
right.
yeah. That's right, man. That would be bringing back old costumes. Should be like
Should
the
just
hugest
be-
trend for
That
Halloween.
just make that a whole haunted house.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Put the whiskey over here, buddy. I plan on drinking today.
Yeah, well,
I don't need it over there.
there you go. This isn't too bad, I gotta say.
Yeah, this is good.
You don't need as much ice either, so it's nice. Wolfburn, everybody, try it out.
It's a light whiskey. Like it's not as dark as
No.
the bourbons and whatnot we normally drink. Are.
It's Scotch.
That is a light one.
Or
it's
Scotch.
Scotch,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Hey. Cheers.
Shane.
Cheers. White Claw season has not ended
Yep.
for
Never.
for Shane.
The basic witch drinks
Yeah.
her elixir.
A ban was placed on all White Claws for our
Yeah.
buddy Mr. B.
Yeah.
Going forward.
And I'm fine with it, although I broke it today.
That's all right.
So continue.
All right. So during these, bonfires, druid priests would come, tell stories, and predict the future.
Really? Did they give a warning about this fucking year? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have.
They might have, and we just,
I
it
in
just didn't reach us.
2019.
Yeah, I'd have liked to have known.
I actually have it somewhere in
Which,
here.
by the way, if anybody's not aware, because probably not everybody hunts and whatnot, level 10, October of 2020 has brought a disease which has basically wiped out all
Yeah.
the deer in our area, like the New York Hudson River
Yep.
Valley
I think
area.
down in Pennsylvania.
It's called EHD. It's a hemorrhaging disease, and all the deer are basically dead.
Yeah.
As soon as hunting season began, which me and this guy could not wait for
Yep.
this year, because one of the
Yep.
few things you could do during 2020 COVID quarantine rules was hunt, and now that's ruined.
We got in a lot of turkey hunting thanks to COVID, so at least that that happened. But yeah, unbelievable. We're just gonna sit out there and nothing's gonna come
Yep.
by.
Sorry, Shane. Just
No,
wanted to
you
throw that
good.
in there.
You good? It's your podcast.
Shane
Maybe
literally
10
has
pages
a
wasn't the
book.
best idea
Did you fill
anymore.
up that entire fucking notebook?
No, no. I wrote more notes, but I can't find them.
It's
Anyway,
all good. We'll get back to it. We can jump
All right.
around. It's not
Yeah.
a serious day.
no. So the next origin comes from the Romans, who took over Celtic land.
Ah,
So that was about
us.
43 AD. They basically combined their festivals for the same reason with the Celtic ones. By the way, I forgot to point it out. It's also known as Samhain. That's the Celtic version of.
what, Halloween is known as
Halloween.
Samhain?
That's the name. Yeah.
Happy Samhain.
You've probably seen like Sam Hain. That's just how it's spelled, but not how it's written.
Ah, okay.
And then
Never
for
seen
anybody that doesn't know, Trick or Treat, one of my favorite movies. This kid's name is Sam, based off of that.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I never knew that was like a move. Like I never seen
Trick or Treat,
any
it's-
advertising or anything
It came
for
out
it
in
ever.
like 2007. So
I didn't know that was a movie up until probably when the pop came out for
I
it.
think I was homesick and I just randomly like came up on demand and I was like, I've never seen that one. Let's watch it. It's a great movie.
The
Never
captain,
even seen it.
captain gets his news from Pops.
Yeah, I
From
guess
Pops.
so. Like, yeah. Wow, it's popular enough to be a pop? I
Yeah.
should check that out.
I have that pop. I bought it for a horror convention I was supposed to go to this year. But,
Well,
they had to ruin it
yeah.
because the actor that played Sam was going to be there and I wanted him to sign
I'm
it.
kind of down to go to one of those because Mikey went and he got a Michael Myers pop signed by the guy who played like the second or third
Nick
Michael
Castle.
Myers. Yeah, I'm like,
I
that's
I
pretty
saw
cool.
him from a distance.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy Mikey
Yep,
at Fantasy Nerd.
Yep, he's doing great. Check out his Nerd Talk every Saturday morning.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Since there's no longer Saturday morning cartoons, you could watch him, a living
There you
cartoon.
Couldn't think of anything fucking scarier on Halloween. Didn't I get you into Pops, or did you not have any
So
Pops?
I had Pops. I had not really collected them, but people would give them to me as like a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I get them. I rarely ever actually buy
Right.
my own. I think my first one was a Groot, was a baby Groot.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
I have
And
that.
then my friend got me one for my birthday, and it was the most perfect pop. It's Harley Quinn, but like Batman animated series, like clown suit,
Oh, the original. Yeah,
Covered-
they are 90s. Yeah.
covered in glitter.
Oh
Okay.
Lord.
It was perfect. She was like, I saw it, and I immediately thought of you because Harley Quinn is
Yeah.
one of my favorite villains ever.
That's funny too because we were just watching that movie and like everybody was dressed as Harley Quinn. All the girls.
Oh, Halloween Hubie.
Yeah, Halloween
Yeah.
Hubie.
There you go. Netflix, check it
Yeah,
out.
me and Shane only watched like half.
We
an
didn't
hour
really
of
get
it.
that far into
I
it,
watched
but
the
there
whole
was like
thing.
6 Harley Quinns, and it was just
Yeah.
a running joke.
Did you notice there's an Easter egg from every Adam Sandler
Yes,
movie
I
in
noticed
there?
that. I noticed.
Yeah,
that.
he does that on purpose.
Ben Stiller he was the nurse in Happy
He was,
Gilmore.
yeah, he was the orderly in
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, and he was the orderly again.
Yeah,
in the,
his name
mental-
was Hal L.
His
Hal.
wife is in every movie.
Yeah,
That's
That's
funny.
another one.
and
of them.
they had just about a ton of actors from the old movies, but there was things
Spoiler
in the
warning.
back. Yeah, there was things in the background that there were Easter eggs. It was pretty dope.
He had the daughter from Grown Ups, the black girl, China Anne
remember.
McClain, Chris Rock's daughter that can
Okay.
sing in the second one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. That's
She
right.
she was in this too, and I was like, oh my god, I knew her from like Disney Channel, along
Yeah.
with this little kid from Jessie. I was like, ugh, my heart.
I'm excited. Maybe I was saying maybe later we could watch Borat too.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That somebody put up a meme saying it's the final curse of 2020 is everyone starts talking like Borat again.
I could see that. That's right. Everybody did talk like Borat.
We
back when
still reference
Yeah,
the
we
first
do.
movie in our own group.
and that's right.
Daily.
Shane never seen Borat.
Never seen
somehow.
it at
Yep.
all.
Yep.
Good for you. Good for you.
I don't know.
You're
I think
gonna-
it came out at a time where I just didn't care for stuff like that.
That's fine, but now you get to enjoy a phenomenon. Like, I was with somebody and we were flipping through Netflix and I was like, oh, super bad. And we had just smoked and they were like, oh, I never seen it. And I was like, wow, that's right. You're younger than me. You're going to enjoy this. And we put it on and they were just, they couldn't believe like how generally crazier it got.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite. That and Cheech and Chong, two of the best stoner movies ever.
I've never
Yes.
seen that
Up in
either.
Smoke. Oh man, Up in Smoke is old school, but it is some funny shit. There's a whole skit they do that I crack up every time.
A lot of me and Mike's relationship is him introducing me to movies.
Yes.
Like all
Yep.
the time. Come over here and we just watch
We
something
just
I've
watch
never seen
movies.
before.
It's a good time. It's a good time. What was the next thing you had there? We keep going off the rails.
No,
as
you're
usually,
fine.
but-
So we were talking about the Romans, and I went off about the Sam Hine thing, the Samhain. So basically,
what did the Romans exactly have to do with
they
Halloween
took
again?
over the Celtic lands.
And they what like
and they just
absorbed
kind
that
of-
culture?
They kind of put their traditions in with theirs.
They're-
Yeah, they were
they're-
making their dead pass on,
Their
right?
pagan
It's-
traditions.
So pagan, just kind of it kind of has like a general.
When did this happen? Like in
So
what
the
year?
first one said 2,000 years ago. Romans came in around 43 AD.
Okay, so it's pre. I'm a historical.
No,
idiot,
you're
so
fine.
It's pre Christianity Rome, I guess. Like
No, AD was.
yeah, but it took a long time for Rome to become.
I get there, too.
Christian. Okay, sorry. Oh, shit, fuck.
We should just
I
let
get
her
in,
read.
No, you're fine. I get into when the Catholics come in.
Okay, go for it.
But yeah, so the Romans came over. They celebrated Feralia. I may not be pronouncing
Perfect
that right.
pronunciation.
Feralia. I don't know. So it was their version of Halloween, Samhain. They also celebrated the passing of their dead. I don't know what that is. So it would be around the same time of the year, late Octoberish. They also honored their goddess of fruit and trees, which is their celebration called Pomona, and it honored Pomona, the goddess of fruit and trees. The apple is the symbol. That's where the bobbing of apples trend came in. So anything that we've kind of gone about it basically is the same thing, just a little bit different.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fall, everything Halloween is dead themed.
Right.
Celebrate
Apple
the dead.
picking in the early fall, right?
So like the trees dying and stuff, like really like
That was a big celebration.
like signified to them, like wow, the woods are dying. That's how like dead winter is.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why Halloween's so related to death, then I guess. Or am I going to be way off and
No,
surprised?
you're not wrong. As long as you look at it, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was a celebration of the dead.
Yeah.
People come in and they're like, no, it's to celebrate Satan's birthday. No, that's not at all what it is.
Yeah, some
When do we get to that point?
some super.
I couldn't really figure out
hardcore
when
religious-
exactly. It probably was part of like the satanic panic situation. It probably came around then. They're like, you're celebrating the dead, hell, devil, but you don't also think dead, heaven, God. So it's
Right.
kind of one of those like,
Yeah,
why?
Right.
I mean, it's more of just a fucking.
It
party
must have
every
been
time.
really terrifying back then, because like hell was probably much scarier for them back then. Like
Now-
they didn't have like nuclear weapons.
No,
or
now
anything
everybody's like,
that.
yeah, I'm going to hell. It is what it is.
Yeah, I have a management position waiting for me down there, so we're good.
Like,
Yeah, he's gonna be the Tiger King.
Yeah.
welcome you with open arms.
Oh yeah, they're gonna roll out the red carpet when I show up. We've been waiting, the chosen one.
We'll be running a podcast now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we'll have a huge range of special
Oh
guests.
yeah, exactly.
Down there, I'll tell you that much. That'll be interesting as
This
fuck.
Be like
week on
houses.
Two Doom Men, Ted Bundy.
Yeah, so
Oh
Doom
my god,
Nation.
that would be
Oh
amazing.
my god. The same Doom Nation. When you die, look for that.
Yeah.
We'll be down there running a podcast.
But no,
At Two Doom Men, you dead.
no, like, as you know, my TikTok thing, there's literally a TikTok where somebody's like, me on my way to hell. Where is he? And they're like, who? It's like, I found him. And it'd be like Ted Bundy.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Or I've seen the opposite. They go to heaven and they're like, it was your brother, right? To John Benet Ramsey.
Oh my lord.
That would be me. I think
Yeah.
I posted that one.
Didn't we watch the Ted Bundy thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
that
watched
was-
the
all
Zac
of them,
Efron
they were
one.
great.
Yes.
Both of
yes.
them. The
They were
documentary
both
was
good.
great.
I started
too.
the documentary on Amazon. I didn't get to finish it, even though I need to finish a lot of things.
True
But
Minds. No,
Mindhunter?
Mindhunter.
Love
was
that
great.
one. I
I
didn't
don't
finish that
think
one
they're-
either,
don't
but I
think
love
they're
it.
Gonna, they're either
know.
canceling
No, I
it
think
or
they canceled it.
They're going to do season 3 and then done, or they canceled it. How?
Yeah.
That was
Netflix.
phenomenal.
That was a disservice.
Phenomenal stuff.
I was in Barnes and Noble and I saw the book. I wanted to get it so bad,
That's
but
right.
I was like,
you told me
"Ugh."
there's a book. I need to read
Yeah.
that.
I don't know what the book is. I don't know if it's the book the show is based on, but the guys in the show are based on real people.
Yeah, that I
Okay.
know.
I figured that.
Like they actually went and interviewed these people to
Wow.
wite their own book.
All right, we can't stay on track here. Let's
Sorry, yeah.
let's
All right, so going into what I was saying with the whole, Catholics, All Saints Day, started on May 13th in 609 AD. So, basically, the Pope, Boniface IV, he dedicated the Pantheon in Rome to Christian martyrs.
Funny.
I thought you were gonna say like the Pope was gonna start like officiating like Halloween in like 609.
Funny
AD.
because the Pantheon was not a Catholic building. It was a Roman building that was pagan. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
And the
and
Catholics basically took it over.
Catholics
and
took it over.
Yeah, turned it into their own, whatever they wanted it to be. Yeah.
And then, more in depth of that, it was eventually moved to November 1st. I guess once they started taking more and more over of different places, they were just like, you know what? They already have all these holidays on these days. Might as well just add our own. So that's also part of why I'm kind of questioning why people look at it as so satanic when Catholics literally turned it into a whole
All
day to
Saints Day,
celebrate the
yeah.
saints.
You're right. I remember that back in high school. We used to celebrate that around.
Because literally,
Halloween.
Christian festival to celebrate the connection between heaven and earth. That's how the
Interesting.
Christians look at it. Catholics look at it as a day to honor those who moved to heaven.
it's really just wording. It's all how you.
It's
like,
all wording, but it has a
This is-
different meaning to
This
each of
is
them.
political correctness
Yeah.
Yeah.
centuries ago.
Yeah, basically.
Methodists, they give God gratitude for lives and deaths of the saints, either the really well-known ones or the ones that aren't. A lot of the Catholics the Christians looked into any Christian martyr as a saint. Anybody who died and, repented to Jesus and believed in Jesus, they believed they were a saint.
Doesn't martyr like also mean they were killed in the name
Yes.
of Jesus? Like, like people who were killed in the Colosseum because they were Christians, aren't they like martyrs, I guess you could say?
Yeah, so basically that's what it was.
Gotcha.
Anybody that was willing to die for that. So Halloween is the day before. So All Saints' Day is November 1st. Halloween is the day before. Also follows a bunch of different names as well. Hallowmas, like All Hallows Eve, which a lot of people know. Found out Hallow is actually Old English for holy.
That makes sense.
So again, it's a holy holiday. But
So we should have off.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I'd rather get that day off than Columbus Day.
I agree. I will. Yeah. Why don't we just have both off? The more days off, the better.
So they would hold a vigil on Halloween. Any of the Christians in Ireland, Britain, Scotland, Wales that still celebrated the Samhain traditions. So they would have the same kind of bonfire vigil
Okay.
on All Saints' Day. And then there was Abbot Odella, who added All Souls' Day.
Who's Odella?
I couldn't find out who that was exactly.
Ooh, mystery
She was part of
character.
that.
Sounds like.
Sounds like a mystery.
Well, what year? What year was? Does it say what year?
It's about the same. I think it was the same year, but
40s, like the 40s.
this is
The literal 40s.
no. This is like All Saints' Day came out in 609.
It's a
Wow.
car outside.
Yeah.
Did you close? I told you to close the window. Did
I
you?
did.
No, I think you just pulled the shade
Oh,
down.
maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Sorry, the captain drank a lot today, so if you want, do me a favor, close that, please. Otherwise,
But-
people up here on my road like to tear ass.
If you have
up
an
and down.
STI or a Mustang,
Yeah.
you do 90 plus everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Joe. Sorry.
No problem, John.
Yeah, pull those two things in, the size, like every other window. You pull those two things in, and you. It's two doomed men here. Trying to teach this guy how to close a window. There you go. Excellent. Good job. I know you could do it. I never lost faith.
Knew what I was doing. I got this shit.
Listen, Joe Exotic was able to plan a whole murder. I think.
I will never
you can
financially
figure out how to
recover
close a
from
window.
this.
What did you say?
He said he will never financially recover from this. All right. Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
you're
Jenny, go ahead.
fine. You're fine. So Abbot Odella basically also put on November 2nd to be All Souls Day,
Okay.
which is to celebrate not just the martyrs. Because All Saints Day is more so for those martyrs, for those saints that we all know.
Yeah, not just famous people, normal people too.
Yeah, so it just kind of, they looked at the martyrs as saints, not just the ones that are like in the Bible or whatever.
Gotcha.
All right, so then that's like the holy holiday origins of Halloween.
Yes, that is not the Halloween we know.
Where did trick or treating,
Yep.
candy, and dressing
you.
up like a princess come from?
All right, so
Dressing up like this.
yeah, when did we do this?
Yeah, Chris is a Disney princess right now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't know. It's a bright shirt.
You're a Netflix princess.
All right. So for the most part, Halloween coming this way was once people started to immigrate.
Okay, so what years are we talking?
Colonial.
Okay. Oh, so Halloween's been around
In America.
Over 2,000 years ago.
in
Right,
America.
in
Wow.
America.
Okay.
In America,
not 2000.
colonial.
Yeah, in America,
But
colonial was like
Halloween
England.
as a whole was like over 2,000 years ago, and it
Oh,
just
okay.
kept
Okay.
going.
Okay. So I'm talking about
It
just
makes
in
sense.
America. Though.
In America, yeah, colonial times.
It sounds like Halloween and this whole thing is a European
It
yeah,
started
culture.
European. I mean, if you really think about it, that's where
celebration
most like pagan religions came from.
Right.
Was more like
Yeah.
UK-ish, Irish.
Right. It has
Well,
nothing
Well,
to do
they
with
had their idea of the dead, the pagans and the Danish and the Vikings and all that. Like Valhalla was just like you race to get to Valhalla,
Yep.
so you could just party for centuries until you're needed for one more battle.
Right.
Like it was like the best thing that could happen to you.
It's
The captain watched The Last Kingdom, so he's well in tune
Yes.
with his. With
I
his-
always
Viking.
Listen,
thought
I just think of,
Vikings,
like,
though, were
Thor.
pretty cool.
same thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's where Thor comes from. He comes from that Nordic
Right.
religion.
Nordic, right.
So they all kind of have their own version of
Yeah.
everything, but the ones that most we know come from the Celtic,
Right. Okay.
and then the Romans, and then the Catholics, and then America.
It's a big hodgepodge of everything mixed together, and that's where.
Yeah.
I'm
And that's why
assuming
we
it
give
formed.
out candy to children.
So
We got some there if you guys want any.
Yeah.
Right behind your head.
I'm not there yet. If you want it,
We went trick or treating at CVS.
Yeah.
I got more in
Nice
the car.
and quiet.
The perks of being an adult is you can just go buy the candy
But
whenever you want.
I'm gonna get into.
Hold on, quick
The trick-
survey. Best Halloween candy? What do you
Reese's.
Reese's?
I'm gonna just go with Hershey's, honestly.
Really?
No, I don't want honestly.
plain
Honestly,
Hershey's?
When
no,
you
no,
get-
no.
when you
I
went
changed my mind.
trick-or-treating.
Changed my vote. Changed my vote. Butterfinger.
Ooh, okay. Butterfinger is probably my dad's favorite too, but Reese's as well.
Reese's.
Hell yeah.
But you know what's even better? Any Reese's shaped like anything that's not a circle.
Okay. Like the Easter Bunny
Christmas
ones.
trees,
Yeah.
the pumpkins.
Yep.
They got more little bang for your buck,
Yeah.
and they're the same price.
Anybody who knows me, they like that's what I get like religiously.
But
for,
that's like my
Easter and
chocolate. If-
Valentine's Day.
But like that's my chocolate, but otherwise it's like Sour Patch Kids.
Yep. I used to love going out, you know, other girls that I used to date back in the past, like they had like little sisters or like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we would go out trick or treating with them, and like they would get so much candy, like it's too much candy for like a
Yeah.
4-year-old, 5-year-old child, you know. So I'd just be like, oh yeah, Kit Kat, Reese's.
Well, ironically enough, for me, being the way I am and enjoying what I do, my stepmom is the religious type. Doesn't celebrate Halloween for religious reasons. You know, that's fine.
Fair enough. Yeah.
My brother and sister, without any influence from me, because I tried to keep it away from them as much as possible, love Halloween. And they're
Nice.
her kids.
Oh, so did you corrupt them? You
Unintentionally.
heathen.
Unintentionally. My little brother just asked me to be zombie Deadpool today for Halloween. So
That's
he was like,
awesome.
can you do that for me? Of course.
It's pretty fucking creative.
And I was so... Well, originally he was like, I want to be Deadpool. But when I take my mask off, I want it to look like I'm all burnt and stuff.
Oh, so he wants to look like
So
Deadpool.
he just wants something under the mask. Because
I
when he's
see.
at school, he's not allowed to wear a mask. But it doesn't make sense because he's not going to
I
school
like his,
anyway.
I like his creativity.
Man, imagine
But-
that you can't sit on your computer. I guess. Wait, no. I could see why you shouldn't be
Because
allowed to
you
wear
could
a
just
mask.
put a doll in front
Yeah.
of the camera with your
Yeah.
mask
And
on
just
and
sit
just
there.
not pay attention.
That reminds me of the South Park, the pandemic special.
I didn't
the
watch that
first
one yet, man.
episode. Spoiler alert, but man, it opens up with Cartman and the kids being at school on Zoom, and Cartman has figured out how to get out of class every day.
That's
because
great.
he pretends like he loses his connection, and then he puts a picture of him sitting frozen in front of the screen. And so the teacher says, "Oh, no, Cartman lost his connection again. We'll try and get him later." And he just gets out of class.
No,
every
that's
day.
the thing
It's
now.
terrible.
I've seen videos on how to
Yeah.
get out of the Zoom classes, and you'll like turn your camera off, and then you'll change your name to loading,
That's great.
and you like
That's
keep
great.
the mic off, so they just think that the like camera's trying to get through the entire time.
Kids, man.
Yeah.
Smart.
Listen, they had to figure something out. They're like, listen, I don't have to physically be there. I'll figure it out.
I know somebody who's a gym teacher, and he literally
How
has
do
been,
you-
sitting in front of his computer screen. All right, Tim, I know you're not doing push-ups, Tim. Get down there and start like.
Oh, that's
There-
so difficult.
Like,
to,
there's literally these kids in their bedrooms, like, all right, we're doing jumping jacks for gym class. Like, why are you, like, do we really need to have them doing jumping jacks in front of a camera? Like,
well, yeah, but then
they still got to stay active somehow. They're gonna
Yeah.
be even less active now.
guess
if
so.
they're stuck home.
What about the gym teacher? Also, he's gonna
Yeah, I
lose
know,
his
they
job
lose
if
the
they
job,
don't- yeah, you know, they
That
yeah,
sucks.
yes, we should make the kids still work
Yeah.
out in some form. I don't know.
But
Run
like
in
gym
place.
class was like so fun. Like they could at least like play basketball or volleyball, like whatever. But now they just got to do like push-ups and run in circles.
Listen,
and, like,
I would
do
have
squats.
loved just having gym class at home because I hated gym.
Yeah, Shane would have loved watching Halloween movies for gym class.
Hell yeah.
Nah, my gym teachers were pretty cool back in school. Like all throughout high school, it was either weightlifting, dodgeball, nice day, go run out on the track just to
The
be outside, or play
only time I
flag
liked-
football.
Listen, the only time I liked gym class is when we got to go ice skating because
I never got to do
my
that.
town had an ice rink, and the ice rink was literally connected to my middle school.
Nah.
So we would have like ice skating days. But what I hated the most was we had swimming in middle school because we had the town pool
I would've
attached
loved
to our
that.
middle school.
I
It
hated swimming.
sucked.
I
I
would've loved all
hated
that.
it because like it definitely sucked. Especially sucked if you had gym first period of the day and you're just stuck smelling like chlorine because you don't have time to take
Right.
like an actual shower. And you
Yeah.
know, being like
You
12,
just fucked this
the
whole
last thing you
podcast
want
by
is
giving
to
me
be
this
like
candy.
Yeah, it's Captain Crinkle over here. It's gonna just cause disturbance in the force the entire rest of the podcast.
Like, you don't want to be a 12-year-old girl in a bathing suit in front of everybody else. I can promise you that. So it sucked.
Yeah.
You would just, I would forget my bathing suit. I almost failed gym.
Interesting. All right.
How did we get here?
All right, so no more about high school. Jeez.
With this, the elixir of life here.
All right, back to
So
America's
you want to know
birth
America.
of Halloween.
All right. So it was very
We
limited.
just lost everybody.
So it was actually very limited when it came over, especially in the northern colonies, like northeast. So us right now, due to Protestant beliefs. So
Oh, yeah, that
religion
makes
comes
sense.
in. It was more common Maryland down.
Okay.
So southern states.
So that started celebrating it this way first?
So it was like the immigrants coming over, bringing their traditions,
Oh, okay,
but depending
okay.
on where they landed, it would be like, you just know, kind of cut out just
Yeah.
because they didn't want.
Right, it makes sense. When you think of gangs in New York, right? You know, Bill the Butcher throwing
Yeah.
rocks at the Irish. He wasn't gonna allow fucking people to go trick or treating in Manhattan. During his time.
I get it, yeah.
And then the beliefs and customs from, different ethnic groups of the people immigrating with the American Indians kind of formed together to do what we do now. I unfortunately forgot to look up anything about the Indians. But
That's okay.
it's
But I
fine.
mean,
So did America's forefathers.
well, this is more of a European thing, so I
Yeah,
doubt the Native
Well, no, I'm
Americans
sure
really-
the Native
Americans
Americans
definitely had to have their
they-
traditions into celebrating the dead. It may not have been
Yeah.
to the same extent they
I
had,
was-
but
yeah.
it could have just been like,
But I doubt it was
a
like,
party.
Yeah, I doubt it had anything to do with Halloween though.
No, it wasn't
they
Halloween
were-
specific.
They were a race that greatly respected their dead and always talked about how the dead always, overwatched them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, ghost walkers and stuff like that, people who could communicate with them. They definitely had a day that celebrated exactly just the way the pagans did
Just
of
in,
the
like-
crossing over, that the weakest link
I
to
mean,
get
so
into
many.
the
If you
afterlife.
look at Mexicans,
Yeah.
they
have
have
the Day
Dia
of the
de
Dead,
los
yeah.
Muertos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So almost every country, every religion, every group has their way of celebrating the dead,
Yeah.
whether it be on Halloween specifically or
Yeah, it's
just
interesting.
a religious standpoint.
It's almost like it's like an evolutionary thing for humans.
Yeah.
No matter, when you think about it, yeah, like the Native Americans, I'm sure have their way, and the Mexicans do. They're separated. Like the cultures are so separated, yet everyone seems to develop
their
Their
way
own
of
version
doing
their
of
it.
that shit,
own
yeah.
way, and like not only just Halloween, but other shit as well.
Yeah.
Like
Just any memorial service is within America
even
is
like-
kind of
like-
the same concept, just celebrating somebody's
yes,
life.
exactly.
while they're no
Even
longer
even
here.
like structures of society. This is way off topic, but but like medieval Europe and feudal Japan had zero contact with each other, but the two societies were almost
same-
identical. Like
That's
Really?
feudal Japan, like with the samurai and everything, is almost identical to like knightship and whatnot that medieval Europe went to. Even though they had no contact, no way to like share ideas or whatnot, they like humans still somehow developed into a similar pattern.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Right. Yep.
Pretty
So back to Halloween. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Halloween,
you're good.
America. What was like the first year that like people trick or treated?
I don't have like exact
Damn it,
dates.
Shane.
It's hard because nobody knows
Yeah,
now.
I get it.
Unless
Yeah.
every single thing is
Halloween
documented
just- I mean,
day for day.
Halloween's literally one of three things. It's either you're young and you get to dress up as a superhero and go trick or treating. B, you're a adult that's going to get absolutely wrecked. Or
Then
C,
C, my favorite. I know.
you're just an old annoying prick who hates the idea of like people coming up to your door and you got like I'm sure eventually we'll get there.
Keep your lights off. You don't put up
I was
decorations.
gonna say in D, you're a girl and you just want to be as
Oh, yeah.
sexy as possible.
Yeah.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
you were gonna go.
All
with C.
sluts day.
Sometimes
That's what it is.
or you could be a combination.
Yeah.
Cause like,
Yeah, but
I
let's be
tend to
real,
not
like-
go with the like sexy thing. I'll be like, yeah, I look cute, but
Yeah,
like, does
but
my makeup look okay?
there's-
Do I look scary enough? Do I look more like what I'm going for? That's
This
what I'm
is-
going for.
The
This
creativity
is a
part
good
of it.
time to be a guy on Instagram because it is a fucking all systems go, full send, wear as little clothes and take as many pictures as possible. Holiday. That's what
Literally, the sexy factor only came in within the 2000s.
Yeah,
I believe that
Like-
100%.
Was one of the biggest trends. Let's get a Tootsie Roll and make it sexy. Like literally anything. You can be anything and just put the word sexy in front of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So marketing wise, I guess what you're saying is like to sell Tootsie Rolls.
The corporations, man.
Yes.
The establishment's taking over.
Which is like, that's also a thing with baby costumes. A baby's first Halloween, they can't do much. A lot of their costumes will just be like a giant blanket shape,
Yeah.
like something. I see a Wonder Bread costume almost every single year.
Yeah, my favorite's the chili pepper.
Yeah, like something like that. Like they just make it based off of whatever's popular.
Yeah.
That's what a majority of the trends are. Is what is the most popular thing right now?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, there you go.
you go, what is the
One of
most
the-
popular? We're gonna make it into a costume.
Yeah.
This year's
listen,
Joe
let's see, a
Exotic
baby.
for the guys mostly.
Yeah.
For the girls, right now the trend is Euphoria.
I don't know
What is
you
It's
it?
that HBO show. It's amazing. You guys gotta
haven't
watch
watched
it.
it.
Oh, with the
With Zendaya.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is
MJ
the-
from the new
Yes.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
So that
beautiful.
I love her.
Yeah.
I
so
remember
that is the
watching
trend
the
this
first
year.
episode. Quite intense. Yeah.
Of Euphoria.
Yeah.
It's such a good show. It basically just follows teens through drugs, sex, all of that.
Really wild.
actually,
sex,
like-
man.
But it gives you a more realistic idea of what teenagers now are probably going through when
Well,
it
then
comes
I-
to like the ability to get drugs so much easier now.
If that's a
see.
percentage true, well, no, it's pretty easy to get drugs. But if that's a percentage true, I guess I'll just never have kids. Problems out.
But it just kind of shows like domestic violence. It shows you
Yeah.
everything.
All angles of
And
how
a
it is
big
to be
thing
done.
of this show that you wouldn't think is the makeup. The makeup became such a big part of it and a trend into it that people are constantly recreating.
Makeup's
I've
a $1 billion
recreated-
industry now.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, that's why. That's
Love
why.
it, though.
Out of all the Kardashians, I have the most respect for Kylie,
Kylie.
Jenner because you
She
know
was like,
people-
"Yep,
Yeah,
people
'cause
want this."
You love her.
Not only she's gorgeous, but people make fun of the Kardashians all the time, saying they have no skill. Well, Kylie Jenner was a great businesswoman, and she found a niche that she knows a lot of shit about, and she made this huge company out of it. That's a skill. She's created something and put some worth into like the economy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I said, with that
It's
show
impressive.
and with how popular makeup has become, that show in combination has just created what's
I see.
a really simple costume. You dress really sexy, wear like a bra and booty shorts, throw some glitter and some sequins on your face, and there's a costume.
All right, girls, you heard it. Bras and booty shorts.
Just douse your face,
We
look
didn't-
like
we
you're going to
didn't- we didn't
EDM.
say it. We didn't say
Hashtag bras and booty shorts.
Yeah.
Two do men.
Yeah.
Literally, that's just what the trend is for this year, and it goes like
You know
that
what?
every
Hold
year.
on. You know what? Everybody who thinks they have an awesome costume, fucking show us. Let's put up. If anybody sends us, we'll vote on who's the best costume.
Ooh, can I
captain's-
be the top vote?
Yes, go for it.
Sure.
I was
We'll
saying,
get you involved.
The captain's just sneakily asking for
Yes.
nudes right now. Yeah.
In the back of my mind, the whole time, I'm like, yeah, we'll get something good. Either that or it's just going to be a whole sea of dicks.
I hope so. Send those. That'd be hysterical. We'll post them.
Yeah. Smallest one. Tag you and all.
Smallest one wins.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
man, that's
basically every decade has its most popular costume.
All right, so what was the most popular costume? I was born in 88. What was the most popular? Oh,
Or-
wait, you don't have, like, that written down, obviously.
I actually do.
Oh, look
shit,
at this.
let's
I don't
go.
have specific years,
Let's go.
but
Let's
I have
get
the
the most
decades.
popular costumes.
Professional.
Let's go.
She actually comes prepared, unlike us for most of our fucking
Yeah.
shows.
I started this like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were so excited. We were playing this
Shane's
forever.
really been, like, ready for this podcast. Like, Halloween's her thing. Being spooky's her thing. And we were just like, all right, we're just going to sit back and get drunk. And you fucking let loose. And here we are.
I took advantage of Mike being drunk.
That's
I was
fine.
like, listen,
Everybody
let's do
does.
a podcast. Anytime you want to do murders, anything like this, let me know. And he
You
just
know,
goes,
there's-
looks at me drunk and goes, let's do a Halloween episode. I was like, okay. Am I going to say no?
There's murder mystery podcasts that
Oh,
are
yeah, they're super
apparently
popular.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Like
listen-
real thrillers. I'm pretty
Cult,
down
what's
to start
a
listening.
cult leader? He's great.
Oh, I
He
love him
does a
so
lot
much.
of.
I don't
So-
know who that is.
Oh,
he does like
he's
he does,
in California.
yeah.
He's a hairstylist, but he also does true crime podcasts. So he'll go through like cases you don't really know, cases you do know, and he'll just give you like, and his episodes are only like 30, 45 minutes at
Yeah,
most.
they're
He
quick.
he keeps them small,
Attainable.
but gives you the like information you want.
Okay.
And
Yeah, he's
it's
really
just
good.
so good. And that was my first podcast that I ever actually listened to.
Not ours. Doom Nation.
He came out first.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Sorry. I'm gonna take this thing off because man, it's
Yeah,
fucking
go
killing
for
me.
it. All right, so start going through the decade costumes.
All right.
Let's see these.
So, first page. Maybe not. All right. So, 1870s to 1890s is kind of where this starts.
Okay.
What I was able to find. Or no, it's 1870s, 1890s. Yeah. Homemade witches and ghosts.
Okay.
They kind of
Easy.
stuck
the
with...
bed sheets where you cut the eyes out.
Well, it was still Victorian. It was like way before the Victorian age, so it just kind of whatever you had. It wasn't necessarily a
Right,
bed sheet.
yeah.
You know, people didn't have money to just cut up their bed
Obviously.
sheets.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So it would just be anything that's sticking with that theme of I need to scare the spirits that may be roaming the earth. I don't want them to come towards me.
So they were trying to scare the spirits.
They were
away?
just not scaring them away, but like
Well, at this
if
point,
there
it
was
was
an
for
evil,
Halloween.
if there was like an evil spirit, they just wanted you to think they were one too.
So they're trying to blend in more. Than
They
they're
just
trying
want to
scare
blend
them
in.
away.
Just
Yeah.
like when Glenn wore the organs in The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I was gonna say if they're trying to scare ghosts away, how is that gonna work?
because they thought
I scream real loud.
yeah, it's not that
usually
they're
works.
like scaring them away. They just want to not be bothered
I
by
gotcha.
them. At least the ones that they don't want,
Right.
because it'll be anybody's coming through.
Right.
It may not be your specific loved spirit, but any of them will come through. They just want to blend in, be left alone.
I gotcha. Okay.
And then you go to the Victorian age, and that was when being exotic was a thing. You want to look like an Egyptian princess or Joe Exotic over here.
Okay. A Netflix princess.
Far East was something that they put in there
That was
specifically in
probably
this
pretty
article.
racist back then.
But
I
back
could
then,
only
to them,
imagine.
it wasn't racist.
yeah,
It wasn't-
They must have went full on
Cultural
racist.
appropriation in regards to costumes didn't really come into being an issue
2017.
as much until the last 5 years.
Yeah,
That's when
social
people started
media,
to like
right.
really realize, it's probably not cool to dress up like that.
Right.
Like, it's one thing to do it respectfully. It's another thing to be doing it as a costume and not to like commemorate.
I agree.
That's
yeah.
basically when that came into
I
play.
don't know. I still kind of like the sexy Indian stuff.
You want to do a sexy Indian, go for a sexy Pocahontas, because
Yeah,
Pocahontas,
well-
Disney is not actual Pocahontas.
That's who I'm talking about. So
So you want to go for a sexy Disney Pocahontas princess, go for it, because you're already, the
any
movie's
sexy
already
tigers out there?
I want to see you dress up as a sexy Pocahontas.
Ooh, let's do it.
Hey, I did the basic bitch
Did-
one
yeah.
year.
We'll post that up. Captain dressed literally as a basic bitch one year, and boy, he fucking nailed it. He
Yep.
surprised everybody with that one. I
Yep.
think you won best costume that
Yeah,
year. didn't you?
I got the first
Yeah.
prize fucking pin back at home.
All right. When we get to the 1900s, 1920s, paper costumes and mass-produced costumes were the thing, because it was the cheaper option.
In the when? When was this?
1900s to the
Okay.
1920s.
And they were paper costumes.
literally
I
costumes made out of paper. from
I'm-
like a paper
As soon as you
factory.
said paper costumes, I just envisioned fire everywhere. Like for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, for sure. You go near a jack-o'-lantern, it hits your costume.
Yeah.
You're incinerating a
Okay.
child.
That's spooky.
1930s and 1940s, box costumes were considered a luxury. A costume literally made out of a cardboard box.
What are you today? A square.
Robot, stuff like that. I don't know if robots existed back then, but
That was science fiction back then.
1930s, 1940s. Actually, yes, I said that one already. 50s was when pop culture started to get into play and Disney became a big thing, because
Okay.
that's when
Mickey
Snow
Mouse
White
and-
was the first movie.
So every
the
kid
first
must have been Snow
animated
White.
movie.
Every girl must have been Snow
Top
White
ones: Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell,
that year. Okay.
Snow White, Little Orphan Annie, Bullwinkle, like the first cartoons,
Oh, shit,
comic
okay.
strips.
Right.
Those are what was
So wait,
popular.
what year is this now?
The 1950s.
Oh, so then Superman already.
Anything that
definitely
was
Batman.
super popular at that
Yeah.
time is what people were
Superman
going
was
for.
1934. So, I mean, he's
I don't
already.
know if it would have started that soon with that.
No, the comic book started
Oh, okay.
way back.
No, I'm
then,
saying
so-
like in terms of pop
Yeah.
culture idea wasn't as big of a thing. People were still going for like the simple
right,
ghost,
okay.
witch, whatever.
No, I understand back
Yeah.
then, but I'm saying by the 50s,
Yeah,
there had to have
then
been
people
an original
definitely-
Superman costume.
Yeah, exactly. But Disney was the big thing because that's when their
Yeah.
animated series started. Really,
That old Mickey Mouse is also fucking terrifying.
The Mickey
I
Mouse
like-
Costumes.
from.
I
Not-
like
not-
Steamboat Willie.
No, that's what I was going to
not
say.
that,
Yeah,
not that. I mean, like I've seen pictures of
Disney.
Oh, like the
of
costumes.
at Disney World in costume.
Day one Disneyland, horrifying place.
I've been having flashbacks this whole past
like
5
Halloween
minutes
Horror
of,
Nights
of how
Disney
terrifying
Edition.
those Mickey Mouses are.
Yeah, but no, the Steamboat Mickey and stuff. The original cartoon Mickeys were some classics.
Yeah, those are good. Steamboat Willie is fantastic.
Disney Plus,
yeah.
you got them.
60s, still going with everything from here on out is basically the pop culture trend. Addams Family came out in the 60s. So
Oh,
that's
should I lay
we
down
were
my
just talking
Adams?
about
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So
Listen to Captain
I
Knowledge.
have
here.
I have a spooky theory about the Addams family, and so I was watching the new movie that just came out, the digital cartoon movie of the Addams family that just came out on Netflix, and it starts off like how the family kind of came together, like Gomez marrying Morticia, and then them having kids, where they found Lurch, the butler, and stuff. And they had a family photo, and I was looking at the family photo, and looks-wise, not personality or anything, looks-wise, Wednesday Addams looks more similar to Lurch than she does Gomez Addams, and Pugsley Addams looks more like Uncle Fester than he does Gomez Addams. So I'm pretty sure, since everything's backwards in that family, Morticia fucked Lurch and Uncle Fester and got knocked up by both of them.
Captain Conspiracy.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to just QAnon and Joe Biden and everybody.
Take a good hard look at those family photos and tell me Wednesday Addams don't look like Lurch. Just a little bit.
I think Wednesday was meant to look like her mom, though. Just, creepy.
Yeah, but
child
her
version.
mom and Lurch.
Maybe.
In
But Gomez does get a baby
Morticia's-
in Addams family
yes.
values. So
And he came out with a mustache. So
that baby was straight up Gomez.
So why didn't the other two come out with mustaches? They're a fucked up family, and it's 2028.
Genetics are only 50-50.
Wednesday could add a mustache.
in the movies.
Yes, and that's why she looks like Lurch, and that's why Pugsley
Okay,
looks like
Pugsley,
Uncle
I
Fester.
can definitely agree with that one because I literally just watched the Addams Family and I was like, that could be like Fester's baby.
They had the same eyes.
But he is Gomez's brother.
Gomez don't look like that.
Okay, but Gomez and
This is
Fester don't
Chris's
look like
crusade.
either.
You're not going to convince him otherwise.
Yo,
Isn't it-
Morticia
He
fucked
could go
around.
forever.
That's it.
I have a question. In the movies, is the guy who plays Uncle Fester the same guy who plays the professor in Back to the Future?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yes,
yeah.
it is definitely.
Great
I
actor.
was just thinking.
And that's that Addams Family is my like when you talk about Addams Family, that's who I think
I just
of all the
watched it.
time.
I
yeah.
love those movies. I didn't get to the second one yet, but I need to.
Man,
before
you're
Halloween
like, what did
comes.
you do for most of your life? Just walk
Listen-
around blindfolded?
Listen,
Oh,
no,
wait,
I've seen it. I just
Shane's
haven't
seen
seen it
more
this
movies than
year
anybody.
yet.
Oh, okay,
Actually, this
okay.
October. I think I watched it in like
okay.
January.
Because I know you were saying that Skaggs introduces you to a lot of movies. So I was
No,
like,
no,
what,
that
you
one I've
haven't
been
seen Addams
seeing.
Addams
She
Family
introduces me to a lot of movies, and let's talk real quick about Midsummer.
Oh.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
is that
I'm
horror movie?
Still
Yes.
traumatized.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
So Shane's like, let's watch this movie. It's called Midsummer. It's spooky, but it's really not that bad. I'm like, okay. And it's a movie about this cult in where? Sweden, and these Americans go there and they take mushrooms, and then
And this was their celebration, but they were celebrating summer.
yeah. And I'm still fucking traumatized.
And
so thank
basically,
you.
you're very welcome. I will happily introduce you to anything that might traumatize
There we
you.
go.
Yeah.
We should watch Hereditary next because that one messed
No,
me
no,
up.
I'm good.
I lost a little movie trust in you after that one because I had
Listen.
nightmares for fucking days.
I
You
put on
agreed.
anything that Key and Peele or whatever do horror wise. Like I'm on notice.
Us is actually really good.
Yeah, no, but
That one was really good.
the Sunken Place or whatever. Which one? That
Get
was?
Out?
Get Out. It wasn't scary. It was a really good movie. But when he was falling backwards through that black abyss,
Yeah,
that
but-
was very uncomfortable.
See, I feel
I
like
didn't see
that one
that.
was more. You didn't see Get Out yet?
That was pretty good. It's
That
kind of
one-
racist,
so-
but it's pretty good.
So Get Out was more of kind of like a psychological, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like Midsummer just makes you feel physically like
Don't
ill
want to
while
feel
watching
shit.
it.
Don't want to feel anything. No.
Like
Yeah.
basically that entire movie is a Swedish summer festival on mushrooms.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Anyway, to movies. So, go around the room. Favorite horror movie?
Scream.
Okay, I get with that.
I don't like horror movies.
Neither do I, but
you
I
know what
have
mean?
a
So I don't
favorite.
have like a favorite for the most part.
I mean,
I gotta think about
Most
it.
have you seen like the classics?
Which which ones? What are you talking about?
80s, Halloween,
yeah.
Friday
Here,
the
so
13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
So my my all-time favorite is very controversial because a lot of people don't like it. The first Rob Zombie Halloween, where it follows Michael Myers as a kid.
That's my favorite. Yes,
I
agree.
love
saw
I
that.
don't
that one.
like it.
I love
like
that
that one.
movie.
Where he's
the
like-
second one was terrible. The first one, I just seeing Michael Myers grow up and then break out and go back for his sister.
I gotta say that's a big part that people actually don't like about it.
Oh, that's the
Because
exact
that
reason why I love about
that's
it.
the
Maybe.
thing with the original one is like you didn't see why he
Yes,
was the way he was.
but that's why-
But for the most part, in the original one, he's just like that because he is.
Yes,
Because
so-
you see his sister
Yeah.
perfect little blonde girl. The parents apparently were perfectly
So-
good people too, and this kid just went and murdered people.
I was thinking, before
I
you said
like
it, I was
that
thinking
aspect.
I was trying to think of like, what's my favorite horror movie? And I was like, I like that one where it was showing Michael Myers.
I loved it.
How he became who
Because
he.
most serial killers, yeah, some of them grow up in really bad households, but some are just mentally not okay, and that's why they do it. And I think that's, at least for me, I like that, not knowing that, this kid had a horrible childhood and now he wants to murder everybody.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know what? Another one of my Cabin in the Woods was always a good one because that was a great twist. That was the horror movie formula. I hate horror movies.
It was so comical, and I think that's the reason I didn't like it because I think I went into it with the mindset of it not being like that.
Oh no,
and that's why I didn't like it.
I had no idea what it was about, and it was pleasantly surprising, so that's why I liked it. But the original, the very first Halloween, probably stands as for real like horror movies, like spooky movie season type shit. First Halloween, but one of my favorites, I enjoyed a lot of the Jasons, but when Jason goes to New York, and there's a scene where he runs into like a street gang, they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they like do like a switchblade in front of him, and Jason just like chops these three guys in half with like one swing, and that it was always like it was such a dumb. It's one of the worst '80s slasher films probably. But him just roaming the streets, like walking down Fifth Avenue, just killing people. One of my favorite Halloween movies.
There's a Jason where he literally goes into outer space.
Yeah. Jason X.
I mean, I saw it and I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous, but I couldn't stop watching.
Watching around like 5.
They were in like a space station and they were trying to get away from him. They like jettisoned their capsule to get away from him. They're like, oh man, we got away from Jason. And then they're looking out the porthole and here comes Jason flying through space.
And he had a metal mask too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to amend my choice actually. I just realized that my favorite horror movie actually ever is The Shining. I love
That's a good one.
I like The Shining, but it's not scary at all.
Have you watched Dr. Sleep yet?
No, and I
have no intention.
I also read The Shining, the book, 1,000 times better than the movie.
Oh,
it goes
Stephen
way
King
more.
hates The Shining, but
Yeah,
there's
great.
multiple versions of it, but the one that everybody knows is he hates it.
Yeah.
Like Stanley Kubrick
Cheers.
changed the entire story.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. And when Jack Torrance is going crazy, like I feel him. You know what I mean? Like you watch the movie and he's writing all that shit. And well, you ever been so annoyed that you're just
one bad day away from
yeah,
that.
exactly. I've been a couple times.
It's like you're
I've
already
been
having a bad day and then you like stub
Yeah.
your toe.
Yes, exactly.
Having a bad day and your phone breaks.
It's relatable. Yeah. This idiot broke his phone. Who you been texting me? What this is random
mom's
His
number?
mom's phone.
My mommy's
Oh, look
phone.
at this rose
My
gold.
mommy's little pink phone.
Yeah, it's appropriate for Joe Exotic.
Yeah, I
It works, man.
wouldn't expect anything
But
less from Joe Exotic.
all right, so all right, we got our favorite horror movies out there. What horror movie broke you? Like, what's the one where like you were a little boy, little girl, shitting the bed, every light in the house had to be on?
For me, I started horror movies. My first horror movie was War of the Worlds, like the Tom Cruise
Okay,
version.
but there still had to be something that
It
fucking
didn't
rocked you
happen
to your
until
core.
later. Anything religious freaks me out. So
Priests and
the
nuns.
nun
Okay.
fucked me
Really?
up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was broken
think,
so early on. I
think-
don't even look at
I
those.
think my issue is because they're basing everything off of something real and like a real religion.
Mm-hmm.
They're not actually changing anything about it, and I think that's what freaks me out about it.
When I found out that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was real,
Okay,
life-changing.
loosely real.
yeah,
That could be a whole other episode.
I didn't know that back then, and
on
that
Ed
was
Gein.
life-changing
Like-
information. Life-changing information.
It's based on Ed Gein, so it was like loosely related, but not like they took what he did and made it into a movie, but like the actual story.
Don't
of
matter.
It isn't fully
Changed
real.
my life. So okay,
Once you
so-
know what these
so
like
the
movies
nun
are
was
based
for
on.
you.
I have one. The first Paranormal Activity
Okay.
shook me to my core because I didn't realize at the beginning that it was fake. Right? I
I
thought
can believe that.
Yeah,
'Cause
that was the whole
listen,
marketing point. of
now, yeah, they've all come out. There's been 1,000 of them, you know.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
If anyone remembers, when they first came out, it was billed as like a documentary almost, and this is something that happened in these people's house. So I went there, and boy, I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
That's literally what it was with the Blair Witch Project. It was
Yeah.
the same thing
And
because that was
also
like one of the
remember
first.
mermaids. There
That
was a
was one of
mermaids
the-
documentary too that was like that.
That was one of the first, like the Blair Witch Project, the original one.
Yeah.
One of the first found film footages. So it was just kind of one of those everybody really.
Right.
I thought it was real up until a few years ago, and I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I see.
Because I'm gonna be honest, it didn't scare me. I was like, what was
No,
scary
it
about
wasn't.
this?
When you finally watched it, you were like, it's just people running through the woods for 45
Because
minutes.
the newer Blair Witch Project was another one that made me freak out. I don't know
I
what
didn't see
it
that
was
one.
about
I didn't
it.
even know there was one.
Yeah, it came out 2016, I
Okay,
think.
yeah.
And for some reason, it affected me more than I thought it would, and I don't know why. Because I think it was more jump scares in that one,
Yeah.
and it just kind of like messed with me. But actual fear came from the nun.
Yeah.
Danny can
Oh,
vouch for that. He like was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No,
So-
I'm not."
So I got broke by horror movies at a much younger age than both of you. There's two of them that, I mean, because of one of them, I wouldn't even bother with The Conjuring or the Nun or anything like that.
Exorcist.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose
Oh.
and Chucky. Boy, Chucky
Listen,
broke me. I could handle Scream. I could handle Michael Myers, Jason.
Listen.
All you need to do is put a mask on and grab an axe or a
Listen.
butcher's knife and start killing people.
I refuse to watch them. I actually have a fear of dolls.
Chucky-
Funko Pops are okay,
Chucky
but like
broke
any
me.
baby
Yeah.
doll type of situation,
You
it
pussy.
actually scares me.
Dude, I was, but you got to understand when the first time I saw Chucky, I was maybe like 11. Okay, like this shit really.
So you're the same
freaked
age
me
as
out.
the kid, so
Yeah,
it's understandable.
like this was like a real world problem for me back then. And
real
you know
world
who
problem.
you know who also Chucky broke? Mikey. Mikey can't even look at the doll, bro. Like he broke him as well.
I
Yeah.
believe that. So he's you guys have some sort of fetish towards dolls after that with the
Well, he
Funkos
does.
and-
He's got way more than I do.
So does Chucky still scare you to this day?
I won't watch the movies. And now it's more
To me, Chucky's more of like comedy
now,
than
yeah.
it is
but
scary.
the newer-
with the sequels, the first one
Yes.
was meant to be
Yes.
scary.
So
But I
the
still
ones
won't
that
watch
have-
any of
The
them.
ones that have come out in the 2000s where Chucky has this superstar persona, those are comedy, and I agree with
And
that.
he has a wife and a child.
Yeah, that I would probably watch. But being an 11-year-old and watching the first Child's Play, no. Every light in the house
You know
had
what,
to be on.
though? I know a lot of people
I
who
lost
say
a
the
lot of
same
nights'
thing.
sleep.
I know a lot of people who say the same thing, that Chucky was fucking terrifying and they hated it because of that. Either that or clowns. People hated like it. People fucking.
I never seen it.
Not that people hated it, but
The new
people
one or
are
the old one?
terrified
None of them.
of clowns. Oh, it was
Okay,
great.
The
bro.
old one was trash. I hate the original one.
Wow.
People were like, "It's so scary! It's so scary!" I finally watched it a few years ago because it was free on demand, and I was like,
I never
What were
watched.
people
I never
scared of?
watched most of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
I've
I watched
seen-
the. I watched
I think
the
I saw
new
1 through
ones.
4. I didn't see 5. There was only like one new one though.
The new one where it wasn't Wes Craven, where it was the guy who played Rickshaw or whatever from Watchmen.
The one that came out like
Rickshaw?
10 years
Who
ago.
the fuck
What's
is
not
Rickshaw?
Rickshaw? Whatever, the dude with the mask that changes.
Rawshank.
Rawshank. There we go. Yeah, Rickshaw. Whiskey.
No,
Yeah.
the new one wasn't bad.
That
Obviously,
one I watched.
it didn't make a sequel from that
I
one.
watched Freddy vs. Jason.
Freddy vs. Jason was great.
No, it wasn't. That was
Yeah,
the
bullshit.
dumbest shit I've
fuck
ever
that. I
watched
love
in my
Freddy
life.
vs. Jason. I love
Listen,
that one.
a lot of people actually don't like the sequels to Nightmare on Elm Street, but I actually really like the second one. I also got to meet the guy who played like the main character in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like turns
Where?
into Freddy.
Oh,
at
wait
the
a
end.
second.
That
Hold on.
horror convention.
What
Okay.
about the dude from Scream?
Don't get me started.
She told me she
What's it- what is
processed
this? What is
her,
this?
the first killer from Scream. She was like, I'd let him kill me. Like, she was like, I was like, who
I
are you
would.
talking- I really didn't remember
Skeet
the
Ulrich.
first. So, do you remember the first guy who? I know where you
Not
are, like on
not
the
Shaggy
phone?
from Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
but the other one.
Yeah, I know who you guys are
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
He can
Madly
murder
in
me.
love with him.
He can
Really?
murder
Oh,
me.
so he's like your horror crush?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I
it's
mean,
just
wait a
it's
minute,
just him
so-
in that. He was in The Craft, and I think he was so ugly in The Craft. But there's something about him murdering people that I just really liked. in
wait,
Scream.
but him as a human, not as him with the scream mask.
No,
on.
him
I see. Okay,
himself,
all right.
Billy Loomis, not
Scream
Ghost.
mask.
I got
Come
confused
later.
for a second. I'm like, wait, so Shane has a crush on the Scream guy, like with the full mask on and everything. It's the guy.
That's too many people.
I'm assuming he's like a hot guy or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
He got hot as he got older. He's in Riverdale.
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen him since Scream, so they're coming out with a new Scream.
I know. I'm so
I'm excited for that.
excited. Neve
Yeah.
Campbell's coming back.
That I'll
David
watch.
Arquette is coming back.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I never thought they
Yeah.
would make another one. The fourth one was really good, though.
The Screams I got into, I think I might have watched 1, 2, and 4. Or maybe 1, 2, and 3. I haven't seen them all. I know that.
4 is the most recent one. It has Hayden Panettiere, Emma Roberts.
No.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Which one?
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, okay. I said Emma
I didn't
Roberts,
see the
so
new.
short.
I didn't see the new Halloween. Maybe we
That
watched
one
that
was
later.
really good. The new Halloween.
The one that picks up after
He wants to watch
2.
We're
Borat,
watching
but I feel
Borat
like
too.
I feel like we need to
Sorry.
watch something Halloweeny after
You're
this.
sleeping over tonight, so we could watch movies all night.
Yeah. well.
I feel like you guys need to watch Trick or
Adult
Treat.
sleepover.
Yeah.
You haven't
What?
seen Trick or Treat, so I feel like we got to watch that one.
I watch that too.
I don't really care too
I
much
own
to
it.
even watch
I own it on Amazon.
I'm sure you do.
You know what we recently watched, which we haven't mentioned this whole time? The Witch movie.
Which movie?
With
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. That's
Nah.
a fucking
That was
classic.
that was another
Fuck
night.
you.
Everybody
I've
was
had
like, "Let's watch
fuck-
something else," and I
fuck
was like,
you.
"No, we're gonna watch Hocus Pocus," and everybody did.
That's a great fucking movie.
It was
first
so
off.
to be
good.
honest with you, I've never seen it full way through. So, and you know what? I've also never seen.
Loserville.
Nightmare
I'm-
Before Christmas.
No, I love that movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was gonna be really
I
bad.
That's
love-
a great movie.
I
That's a great
really
movie.
enjoy. But you know what though? I watch Nightmare Before Christmas around Christmas time. To be honest with you,
I would do it for both.
nah, it's just for me. It's just Christmas. But I get why you would do it for
It's
both.
a Christmas movie.
It
to be
takes
honest
place
with
the
you.
day after Halloween.
all
but it's
those
both.
all
It's a
those
Christmas movie,
animated
goddamn.
Tim Burton love story creepy
Oh, they're
ones
great.
are very
Great.
good
Corpse
movies.
Bride.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, the Corpse Bride's so good. There's two
Frankie
others.
Weenie.
I didn't
I
see
remember
that, but I heard
Frank.
it was.
You're
good.
I
one
will rewatch
Are
Frank
you
and
one of
Weenie.
those people that thinks Coraline is Tim Burton?
I thought it. Yes,
It's
I do.
not.
Oh wow. Well, fuck me. I guess.
Everybody thinks it is. I knew because you said 4, and I was like,
I think there's another one though.
Uh,
I don't know. So, but
we watched Sweeney Todd. I
Yeah.
count
Sweeney
that as a
Todd's
Halloween
good.
movie.
do you
Yes.
count Edward Scissorhands as a spooky season?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I
If
haven't
it's
watched
made
that
by
in a
Tim
movie.
Burton,
Yeah.
for the most part, it is. But,
Edward
like,
Scissorhands
I'm trying to
is a
convince-
great movie.
I'm trying to convince Danny to do Sweeney Todd for Halloween next year.
I
I
can
think
see
it would be
that.
perfect.
I can see that.
We
Okay.
need to do it.
If we do, if he does that, I'll be the Sacha Baron
Oh,
Cohen
yeah.
guy with the Italian flag
Yes.
fucking cape that he wears. Yeah, which
be
we said we
great.
were gonna do.
I
Yeah,
think we said we were going to make Sam the little boy.
yes. That was a good movie, man. Sweeney Todd, I thought was great.
It was a great
I've
movie.
seen it,
Robert
but I don't
Downey Jr.,
remember
man.
much of it.
If you don't really care for musicals, you probably won't like it too much.
I hate musicals, and I enjoyed Sweeney Todd.
But
I
that's what
fucking
it is.
hate
It's the
musicals.
I
story
get into a
behind it
musical.
makes it enjoyable.
Yeah,
It's called
it was.
marijuana.
What?
I could get into a musical.
I don't like musicals,
Listen.
man, because they're too.
What was the cheerleading movie?
Bring it on.
Was that like the
That
no
was
no
it.
the acapella singing?
Oh,
group.
Pitch Perfect.
Dude, the first two like
Oh, the
a
third
jo-
one was horrible.
a joint and Pitch Perfect too. Like it's a fun party. It's like they have all these like popular songs throughout it, and they're pretty good singers.
Now you see
Whether-
why Captain dressed up as a basic bitch for Halloween a couple of years ago, because he really is at heart.
Don't matter to me. I don't drink no pumpkin spice shit.
But no. Musicals, movies that aren't musicals but were made into one. Beetlejuice was a great musical.
Was it?
I saw that on Broadway. Yeah.
It was amazing.
You know what really got me? Like 5 seconds in, they're like, "Yeah, fuck you," and okay,
Yeah.
we're ready for a show now.
Beetlejuice literally has more lines in the musical than he does in the movie.
Really?
He's
That's
only
great,
he's
yeah.
only in 17 minutes of the
Yeah.
movie.
Wow.
The Beetlejuice. I haven't seen
Like
the
Michael
Beetlejuice.
Keaton
I
as
really
himself.
weren't
Like
they
Michael
going to
Keaton
bring
as
back
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice and Michael Keaton was on board.
They said they were going to make a sequel, but they've been saying that for years. They said the same thing with Hocus Pocus. They say the same thing with a lot of
Hocus
things,
Pocus.
and they never have made an actual sequel. Hocus Pocus is amazing.
What is
Please stop shitting on it.
your fucking
Issue with
bias
Hocus
against
Pocus.
her?
It's basic, right?
Yeah.
It's the listen. It's not that I care that people are basic bitches. It's just that there's a uniform for it. Like, and everybody falls into line with it. Everybody
It's
has
a good
the,
movie.
Yes,
What
but
are you
I like-
talking
No,
about?
But like, you could look at me.
I
I
understand
love
that,
so
but,
much basic shit,
Yeah,
but
but how
here I
much-
am.
but how much pumpkin spice lattes have you drank this week?
This week, personally, not a lot, but within the first week of Pumpkin coming out in August, I had
In
like
August, see,
one
that's the
every day.
problem I have with it. That's the problem.
Do
Listen,
you know how happy I was? I found out it came out, and I downloaded the Dunkin' app, so I can literally pull up to the drive-thru and be like, "Please, let me get one
This is the
large
problem
pumpkin
I
iced
have.
coffee."
Well, hang on. What the fuck does pumpkin spice latte have to do with why you don't like Hocus Pocus?
'Cause
because that's
you never
the movie.
explained.
That's
it's basic.
that's the movie for the movement.
I see what you mean, but
That's like
Listen,
the
there's
key
nothing
movie.
wrong with being basic if it's actually something.
Yeah,
good.
but when you go to a pumpkin field to buy a pumpkin and you see 5,500 girls all dressed like Han Solo taking pictures
Listen.
in a pumpkin field, it starts to get comical where
I'm not one of
where
those,
you're
so
looking
it's okay.
this way and there's 3 girls taking Snapchats of them sitting on pumpkins in the exact same outfit as the other 2, and then you look this way and they're all dressed like lumberjacks, fucking sitting on pumpkins taking the exact same picture. I got dragged out of a wine tasting bar on a pumpkin patch field.
Did you really?
Yes.
Can we hear this story?
So I was with my ex-girlfriend and we went pumpkin picking, and we go to this very nice farm that has been growing every year business-wise. So now they have this little on-site wine bar, and it was the year, remember on my Snapchat when I went on the Basic Bitch Safari and I was Steve Irwin?
I remember that, yeah. This guy literally went on a Basic Bitch Safari.
So as we were looking for our pumpkin, I was on Snapchat and I was like, and here we see the Basic Bitch in her natural habitat. And I'm filming these girls dressed like Han Solo taking pictures with pumpkins on their heads and shit. And so it was pretty funny. And I had a few, laughs that day. So after we get our pumpkin and we load it into the car, we're like, we got to go, there's fresh donuts in a bakery over here. There's, the little farmer's market, and they got this new bar. Let's go to the bar and get some wine. I walked in there, and it was wall to wall, a sea of Basic Bitches in just big hats and fucking Snapchat poses and phones in the air and plaid shirts and black vests with thigh-high boots. I walked in there, and I went, oh my! She just grabbed me by the back of the collar and dragged me outside as I was cracking up laughing. There had to have been over 100 people in this bar, and they were all dressed exactly alike. It was just like a cookie cutter machine.
Yeah.
Everybody had on the exact same outfit.
That's a famous meme. There's a meme that goes out every year around this time of year. It's like Han Solo season has
Yes.
begun. Yeah,
I
and
saw
it's like 6 or 7 girls all dressed exactly the
Yes,
same.
Yeah.
and now listen, I don't care that I go pumpkin picking because it's the
He's
time of
basic.
the year.
Yeah, he's a basic.
Yes, but
he's a basic bro.
But it's October, and it's a fun day out to go get a Halloween decoration. But for everybody to be dressed in the same outfit, taking the same pictures, doing the same thing, it's pretty hysterical to me. I'm sorry.
It is. It's funny.
But my big problem is I love the summer, so that's why I always fight with everybody who gets excited over the fall. So the summer.
You've
is
been
my
fighting with
season.
me since
Yes,
July.
Yes, and the summer is really my
Yes,
season that I love, and you like winter, and I can't even
Love it.
agree
Love it.
with you on that
Love
one.
it.
Yeah. But I don't mind fall. But the problem I have with fall is that people August 5th are like, it's fucking spooky season. And I can't no, we're still in summer. Listen, October 1st, you could do pumpkin spice everything. Right now it's October. I'll have the Sam Adams Oktoberfest, no problem. But August
There is a
30th,
limit.
not a chance. No.
I agree with you. You know what I fucking hate? First of all, I hate this because when I was a child, they would do back to school season.
Yes.
That's
where it
first
stems from.
day after school ended.
Yeah.
Right? And even now, I guarantee you, if you go to the store, they're selling Christmas shit.
Mm-hmm.
We have there's a famous meme. It's of a turkey, and he's got a shotgun, and he's pointing at Santa. He's like, not yet, you fat fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, it's my turn first.
Yeah.
Can we just enjoy the moment, the
That's-
season that we're
that's
in?
the problem I have.
I agree.
No.
with
You
It's-
waste August on pumpkin spice lattes, and then in September everybody whips out we live in the tri-state area.
From-
September is 80 degrees.
Listen.
Everybody's in hoodies.
From somebody who's worked retail for too many years, it's a retail thing. They're going to
Yeah.
start promoting what's going to start selling right away.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, everything starts so much sooner than we want. But I worked at the mall. I walked into the mall one day. It had to be beginning of October, and they already had the Christmas decorations up.
Oh yeah, I remember going.
And I was so angry because
Yeah,
I was
Hallmark-
like, no, my time is first.
Hallmark already has Christmas decorations in the ornament wall.
Michael's had decorations already in the beginning of October.
You know what we're gonna have Christmas episode.
Oh,
What do you want, the
Jesus
history of
Christ.
Christmas?
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Literally, Jesus Christ.
I was gonna get a Jesus costume for Halloween, so watch out, people.
Oh, God.
We're
bad.
about
You know
get
what
real
we'll do?
We're going to get
offensive here.
canceled real quick.
Yeah, we get real offensive. What are you being for Halloween? Offensive.
We could do a Christmas episode. Maybe we'll do a real cozy where I put the
Oh, I know. Yeah, shh. We got it. We got it.
Go caroling.
I like how.
Don't worry, Doom Nation. We got you taken care of.
Yep. I was going to say
operational
about,
security.
This whole time I've been holding on to about Hocus Pocus.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent time we rewatched it, I realized, wow, they objectified the fuck out of Sarah Jessica Parker in that
but
movie.
that was what her character was.
Tits?
Yeah, basically.
That's all I know.
But each sister kind of had their thing.
Yeah.
Winifred
And
Sanderson, you know,
boobs.
she's the leader.
She was the
sexy
pretty
one.
So that
Yeah.
I remember
She was the face.
There was the one scene where she was like, they were in the bus and she was sitting on the guy's lap and they were like, and it was like so sexual. And I was like,
literally
what the
him,
fuck?
Or literally he's like, take you to your heart's desire. I desire children. Might take me a couple of tries, but I don't see why that would be a problem.
I know. I haven't watched the movie in a long time. I didn't discover what that
meant till I was like 16.
I was just like standing there, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't
constant
realize
virgin
that
jokes. The movie's just super sexual, but it goes over kids' heads so they can do it.
All right, let's watch this tonight.
Yes.
Joe Exotic here got really turned on by what we were just saying. Which, by the way, the actual Joe Exotic has been like
tweeting from prison.
Well, it's not him. It's Travis Maldonado, his husband, and
not you,
not me. No, John Finley's moved on. He got his teeth fixed. He looks great. Good job, John Finley. I'm all with you. The real Joe Exotic, while I'm bringing this up, obviously, we're most of the time political podcast, has been
tweeting
Instagramming, tweeting everything he possibly can at Trump.
Yeah.
Please.
Pardon me. Not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. Because it would have already.
It's not going to benefit him. It's not going to benefit Trump.
It might actually benefit Trump. Because people like Joe Exotic.
I know, but Joe Exotic's an actual criminal. That's
agree.
The problem.
Right. The way I look at it logically is like you still are a plan to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So like the president, as crazy as Trump is, probably was brought to his attention. It's like, this guy fucking killed.
Trump knows about Joe Exotic. Yeah.
Right. There's no chance you're gonna get pardoned because you actually tried to kill somebody.
No. Yeah.
As much of a bitch as Carol Baskin is.
Yeah. All those stories.
I agree.
Fuck you, Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskin
killed her husband.
Whacked him.
What happened?
I saw a tiger and a tiger saw man.
What were you telling me before about?
Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars,
and that bitch lost. Fuck you, Carol Baskins.
But literally, her first episode, there was an ad of Don Lewis's family asking for any information into his disappearance.
Okay. I was going to ask you this before.
She killed him. She killed him. Hang on.
I was going to ask you this before, but then I'm like, wait, let me wait for the podcast. Like, are they working with her? Or are they insinuating that she had something to do with
it's definitely,
killing?
She was not part of the commercial.
Okay, so they're
insinuating that she had. I think they even said it.
Shit.
I think they even actually said it in the commercial. Okay. They were like, "If you believe Carol Baskin was a part of it,
kidding?
Like any
she
information,
should be investigated."
Whoa! Breaking news. Maybe Joe Exotic wasn't wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
but listen, the entire country believes she
still didn't pay his taxes, and he still murdered animals by the dozens.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how he says that she killed her husband, whacked him.
Yeah.
He might not be wrong. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's wrong
if
at
the
all.
fucking family
the
of the guy is
country
pushing
thinks she did it just from watching a documentary about her for a little bit.
I also think Joe Biden, motherfucker.
Maybe
look what this podcast has done to me. I also think Joe Exotic burnt down that alligator fucking thing in the zoo and destroyed all that footage. Because I would pay every penny I had in my fucking bank account to watch that documentary that they were going to put out on that reality TV show that they were making.
That the guy was going to put out?
I would pay good money to see it. I know Joe Exotic's a terrible person. Boy, during quarantine, that was quality entertainment, people.
Yeah. It was.
That was real entertainment.
And let's be real, like, I thought it was funny. I think Joe Exotic, funny guy.
Until his boyfriend blew his brains out in front of his
But at the end of the day, I love animals, right? And if there's one thing unforgivable, in my opinion, it's killing an animal for fucking no reason whatsoever. Yep. And if he probably did, and if he really did burn that whole thing down, which killed a bunch of alligators, they were alligators, they're dumb, but they didn't deserve to die. I don't care what kind of animal it is. There needs to be a reason why.
That came out.
Unless they're mosquitoes. Fuck them.
There's a story that came out that this elderly woman brought an elderly horse to Joe Exotic, and was like, she brought him in a trailer, and she left the trailer, and she's like, Joe, you're the only person around here who has the facilities to take care of this horse and let him die peacefully. And Joe was like, yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And this was the story. Came from that crackhead looking dude that was missing teeth also. That's not on crack.
The girl that lost her arm?
No, the dude that lost his teeth. No, the other meth head that was that Joe Exotic employed. But and he was like, so the horse was real old and sickly, and so the woman left the horse in the trailer, and Joe just walked up. He's like, "Yep, we're gonna take care of this horse real good." She drove away, and he just blew its head off, just shot into it and killed the horse and fed it to the tigers.
Okay. In that situation, what else should have been done?
He made her believe he was going to take care of it and let this horse die peacefully. And by the time she was at the end of his driveway, he put a bullet through its head.
I just want to ask, how did we get from talking about Halloween costumes to this?
Well, I'm Joe Exotic.
Listen, welcome to your first podcast on...
Hey, listen, you decided to do one where we were going to drink the entire time, and
listen,
this is what
you're
happens.
fine. I was just curious because that went way off the rails.
We're at an hour and 15.
I have no time limit for this episode because I'm having a great time.
Let's get.
We're talking about Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I can't wait sometimes to get out of here, but I have no time limit.
Let's get into what you're excited to tell us.
Where did I leave off? I left off in the 60s.
You don't even
talking about
need to
the Addams
leave off
family.
anywhere, but you could.
We were talking about the Addams family.
Wow,
That's
you're
where
pretty good at this shit. So yeah, Addams Family, or where you want to get involved in now.
So that was the popular costume for the 60s.
Okay.
Because that's when the TV show came out. I never actually watched it, but
wait, the Addams Family came out in the 60s?
Yeah, there was a TV show.
All right.
Yeah,
Who the fuck was Uncle Fester back then?
Oh, I don't know. I could
We're
look
gonna
it
have
up.
to. Too bad we didn't bring any Googles. They're making macaroni and cheese for us, but
They want to know if they can come in, actually.
No.
they could quietly, maybe. I don't know.
I'll let them know. Other popular trends for the 60s were the Beatles and Barbie.
That's understandable.
Because that's when Barbie first came out. So that was a pop culture then. The 70s, SNL in Greece.
What do you mean SNL? Like Saturday Night
Saturday Night Live. That's when the show started.
How the fuck do people...
That must have been cool because they probably did the skits from SNL.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
They had Eddie Murphy who played Buckwheat. That was like a character and shit that he played. It was mad racist, but he played it.
Yeah, it was funny though.
Yeah.
Whatever.
80s. Like I said, that's when the horror trend started for why Halloween
all the
became
slasher films.
as spooky as it is.
So basically, the Halloween that we are so accustomed to with the sexiness and the trick-or-treating and the horror movies started in the 80s.
Not the sexiness.
No?
People's goal was to be gory.
Okay.
So, because
I still think
slasher
the
films
80s was
came
the
out.
greatest
Yeah,
decade
like if you
ever.
think about it, the 80s movies, yeah, they were sexual, but people weren't trying to be sexy for Halloween back then.
Yeah, but that's where the horror film
that's where the horror
formula originated.
Yes.
You get the two teens banging outside, easy prey. No, how many?
Yes, but
every
the goal
every
for
fucking
dressing
horror
up
movie,
for Halloween
yeah.
was not to be
Every
that.
horror movie is, the first kill is the two people who have sex outside.
That's literally the first rule.
Well,
Don't have sex.
Usually the first kill is the black guy, right?
No.
No, that's later on in life.
No, that's the first. So the first people to always die actually are the teens
people that
having
have
sex.
because they're
Then-
not expecting
Yep.
it.
Then when the serial killer starts picking people off, that's the first person that goes always a black
You
guy.
can't be in a room and say, I'll be right back,
Yeah.
because you will not be right back. Drinking and drugs,
Yep.
that also gets you killed.
True.
So we're
And
fucked
then-
We're
right now.
fucked. I was gonna
And
say
then,
we're
you know,
fucked.
We got the crossbow and the rifle right
Later,
here, but we're fucked.
and then later in life, it became a minority thing, a minority target.
Well, I mean, the black guy did die a lot first,
whoever is
yeah.
the token minority is the first to die.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be like that, but it just kind of turned into it. And a lot of movies now are kind of changing that
Yeah.
because I think they've become more aware.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been more aware of that stupid shit.
Yeah. That there's a racist formula involved in here. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, next. Go ahead.
The 90s, that's when branding became a thing.
Branding?
Brands started to see that there was a trend in, Halloween is a great time to advertise.
One of my tigers
Ooh,
just
there's
showed
snacks.
up with snacks. Come on, Sammy.
One of our... yeah.
Oh, no.
There you go. A tiger just showed up and she's got...
And she brought
she
food.
killed pigs. Oh, no. What
What
is
are
this?
Like mini quiches, some mini empanadas. I don't know.
Yo, you did say you're gonna make 9,000 appetizers.
I mean, I started off with 2,000.
Give me,
So
I'll
we're
buy
gonna
it for
hit
a hand.
9 in a little bit.
You put on the chair.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's right. You know, we're not talking about anything serious today.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been serious at all.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump can take a seat.
Yeah. We're gonna have one good good podcast before the world ends.
First time ever. I'm gonna take a break. I gotta take a piss.
Shit.
You guys keep going.
Oh, don't step on my wire.
I'm gonna stick my ass right in your face.
Oh my god.
Joe Exotic would love it. All right, so where were we?
I was saying branding became a thing,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so people took Halloween as a time to advertise.
Yeah, well, obviously there's a lot of money in
There's
that.
a chair behind you guys.
There's sure.
McDonald's.
Oh, Ronald McDonald was a real costume back then?
Yeah,
I don't remember it dressing up as that because I was trick-or-treating in the 90s.
I don't think people actually went for it, but brands took that chance. Lifesavers, Tootsie Rolls, again.
Understandable.
Anything that was like, you know what, we could advertise right now. Kids love us. They'll dress up as us. And
pretty
it's
smart.
still a trend. You see people
lot of
dressing
the-
up as stuff all the time.
Also for like all the dog costumes, which is probably $1 billion industry in itself.
What do you mean?
All the dogs that are dressed up like, you know,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Taco Bell and fucking Tootsie Rolls and shit.
Oh, yeah, of course. 2000s, presidential scandals became a thing.
Ooh, okay.
So the president masks kind of started then.
Bill Clinton was probably pretty popular back then, yeah.
I love that motherfucker. Oh, that was the best scandal ever.
But that was
So what was mid-2000s?
mid 2000s is when sexy became a thing. So trying to be sexy is when started in like the 10s because people want to be cute and sexy, you know, get a man. As a one night thing.
Ah, so I stopped trick-or-treating just in time for sexy.
Yeah.
Nice. Glad to know I'm part of that.
I was still trick or treating then, so
That's not my problem.
I still want free candy.
Yeah, you know, that last year of trick-or-treating, I still remember it. Like, just every other door, people were like, aren't you too old to be doing this?
Never.
And just, like, my heart sinking deeper every single time.
Listen, me and my friends, you wore a costume in my town, they did not care. They would give you candy. Like, I never actually had that, like, family that was like, you're not a child, I can't give
My
you candy.
entire fucking
that.
neighborhood.
I was gonna say let's go trick or treating this year as two doomed men. Just fucking rake in the candy. I'm with it. Yo, when I went outside, I just took a piss, first time ever, two doomed men history. I saw a mushroom that was growing, and I pissed on it. You think we'll get high off that? Or
No, not at all.
right.
Did it grow out of shit?
No, but I mean,
Then no.
I could make it
Fertilizer.
happen, maybe.
You could take a dump out there and grow mushrooms.
That's
And
what I was alluding to.
Yeah.
So where we at? I missed the past.
I was just going over the last few trends of costumes.
we went over
I
the
was saying
trend-
90s was the branding. McDonald's, Lifesavers, any
corporations have now taken over.
big
Yes.
corporate company
The
was
establishment
like,
is
took their
involved.
chance and they were like, listen, we could free advertisement. Just kids dressed up as us.
Ronald McDonald, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
The
exactly what we
Hamburglar.
were
That's
talking
literally
about.
what he said.
Yeah.
I was saying the 2000s was presidential scandals, Bill Clinton masks. And
Monica
it happens,
Lewinsky with the jizz
and
on her dress.
It happens
Lot of
every,
blowjobs that
every
year.
election year. There's a president mask out there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be a bunch
There's a
this
whole
year,
section.
Oh, yeah, I saw a
dedicated
Donald
to it.
Trump mask this year with a long nose, and some little kid was like, look, Mommy, Donald Trump's a liar.
You know, it'd be a good costume for a bunch of people this year, just like a civil war, a bunch of
Oh,
people
yeah.
fighting each other in a civil war.
If
That'd be
I
wild.
really wanted to do, like, my hair white and be the Jim Carrey, Joe
So you
Biden.
could just toss me one. Sorry.
Gotta get your snacks.
Yeah, snacks. I ain't done
Yeah,
yet.
yo, pizza rolls are crap.
Those pizza fucking rolls.
I had 10 of them.
Pizza,
I know.
homemade pizza rolls. None of that microwave shit out here.
I don't know about that.
Sorry, Captain.
Yeah, I don't know.
I ain't that cooking that
Yeah.
shit.
Sorry,
I don't know if
Captain.
these are fucking. All right, so Halloween question:
Yes.
favorite childhood costume?
Oh, Sailor Moon.
Okay.
When I was
I
6.
could definitely see that for you.
I was
Okay.
like 6 years old. I was gonna be something else, but Sailor Moon was my favorite thing, and no store sold it. Internet just started being a thing then. My mom found it online. Best costume I ever had.
I have two. Can I go next?
Yes.
Or is it you first? All right. I have two. My first favorite one ever I was the Red Ranger back in kindergarten.
Oh, that was-
and holy fuck,
Life
I had
changing.
the-
I was the Blue Ranger. I was the Blue
If
Ranger.
you were not a Power Ranger, did you even live?
I mean,
At
yo,
was like-
before we even knew each other, we were already the two doomed men.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Fucking
I
team.
had the gloves, which when you press them, there was like morphin time. Or
Oh, your
whatever.
mom
It
definitely
was-
got you the
yeah.
top of
My
the line
mom
one,
went
yeah.
all out.
She got you an actual mystical morphing belt that
Yep.
turned you into a Power Ranger.
She did. And then my second favorite ever was I was a burning. No. My aunt was a burning building, and I
Oh,
was
you
a
think-
fireman coming in to put out the. It was amazing. Yeah, it was awesome. Those are my two favorites. So go ahead. What was your?
My two favorites that I remember, like the best Halloween wise, like just out there, like all night picking up. I was
Picking up chicks.
Yeah, picking up candy. I was the devil one year, and that was a great costume.
Real
and then,
original.
Yeah, I was a mafia guy one year, and this fucking suit fit like a real goddamn suit. I looked super fly, man, the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think the other kid I went with at the time was also a mafia member, so we had a nice little fucking entourage going on.
Yeah, I remain to be impressed, but
Yeah, that's fine. Those were special moments for me during Halloween. Fuck you guys.
Listen,
Fair enough.
I didn't say they had to be the greatest costumes
So-
out there.
most little girls, they want to be a princess. They want to do cute things, right?
Not this lesbian.
All right. My mother decided to dress me up as Dopey. Okay?
You were cute.
Okay? Out of any Disney character I could have been, I was freaking Dopey.
fuck, write down
Okay?
what time this is because I'm gonna put a picture in there. 1 hour 25 minutes in. Write it down. Right, 1 hour 25 minutes.
Oh shit.
Okay? I can't lie, it was cute. But, 2-year-old
You don't wanna
me
be
was
Dopey.
definitely was like, why couldn't I be Snow White?
Yeah.
I had to be the,
That's
like,
fantastic.
the goofiest of
That's
the fucking
fantastic.
dwarfs.
Do you remember the year we were beer?
Oh yeah, that was good. That's always a good one. Yeah, we were just beers.
Yep, I was a beer can.
No
he was
rhyme
a
or
beer
reason.
bottle. Yeah.
You're right. Who was?
I was a can. You were a bottle.
He
yeah.
was a can and I was a bottle,
We
and
had,
it just
we
worked.
had, we
It
had
was-
the
it was-
string of really good costumes. Then one year, remember when we went to Atlantic City and we were all minions, and you were Harley Quinn and you died because you were drinking with me all night.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea to go
Yeah.
shop for shop with
You know what was a great costume? We went again, Atlantic City. This was like a
We did Atlantic City
our early
several
20s,
years in a row.
Atlantic
yeah.
City all the time. We didn't go together. We knew we were going to be there, but we
Was this one you went with B?
yes,
Uh-huh.
and we like met up at the bar, and you and Greg were LMFAO.
Yes.
And
That
I,
was-
and
okay,
I
hold on.
walked, and I know what you guys were going to be. I walk into the bar, and LMFAO is at the bar, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was you and Greg, and you guys nailed it.
Mm-hmm. You want a
perfectly. I
special
have to-
story from that night?
Yes, I do.
So I had a brownout incident where I ended
You
up
shit your
missing.
pants, or what
No,
happened?
where I ended up missing out on my number 2 bucket list item. My number 2 bucket list item is having a drink with a celebrity. So that night, as we were dressed up as LMFAO, me and Greg got entered into the costume contest at Harris Pool Party, and they were like, "All right, LMFAO," and no one cheered. And the guy literally put his mic down and went, "All right, get off the fucking stage." And so we get off the stage, and I kind of stayed behind the barricade somehow. And after the contest was over, Sean Kingston got on stage and performed. And the last thing I remember of that night is Sean Kingston wrapping up his performance, coming down the stairs, and me being at the bottom of the stairs like, "Yo, Sean!" Blackout. And the next thing I know is a security guard is dragging me out of the VIP section. I got invited into Sean Kingston's VIP section. I was there for hours. No one else could get in. I got thrown out for doing something stupid. And then I come to with Greg like, "Dude, you were in there for hours. What were you doing?" I don't remember none of it. Yeah. Terrible.
I've been there before.
Yeah.
I lied. My best costume was my Little Mermaid costume.
Okay.
When were you Little Mermaid?
About 2 years ago, I went to Disney.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was literally 2 years ago. My hair was already dyed red. I had extensions down to here. I won a costume contest.
That's
I
great.
met the
Holy
Little
shit,
Mermaid
you won
as
a fucking
dressed
costume contest at Disney?
No, not at Disney. It was just
Okay, I was gonna say,
bar night.
wow, that's impressive.
That would be great.
The
but no.
LMFAO is the only contest I've ever gotten
Look,
entered into.
if anyone's not aware, at the same time, also Shane is actually a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Like, her job on Saturdays.
I literally assist princesses.
Yes. She's a princess, all right? She's literally a Disney princess on Saturdays. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
On Saturdays only. Then she goes back to being Shane.
Then she's a fucking
So
peasant.
on Sunday through Friday, she's just Shane. On Saturdays only, Disney princess.
But no, so I went to Disney dressed as Ariel, and me and my little sister got to skip the line to meet Ariel because me and
That's
her
dope.
were both dressed as Ariel. Granted, they thought I was her mother, but you know, it's fine. I got to meet Ariel in less than 10 minutes.
What did Ariel have to say?
She was like amazed. She's like, I've never seen anybody with hair that color before. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. But you know, inside I was like dying.
Yeah.
I was literally, I'm a child when I get to Disney World. I can't help
That's
it.
great.
Like at one point, just the hair, she asked me for a photo.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo,
Usually
you should
you're
send
like
your
begging the
resume to fucking
princesses.
Disney.
Listen, hire me any day.
All right. So let's go.
Yeah.
Where do we leave off? On page 9,000
What
of
notes?
Shane's notes.
What notes do you want to get out there? What are you excited to tell us?
I just want to point out how Shane not only took notes or wrote notes, but she did it in multiple colors. Also.
My pen died.
But like the first 3 pages are
Twice.
red, now it's blue, and I'm
These are the
assuming-
least important notes.
Are there some orange ones later?
So no.
All right.
What did
I
you
just
write
have
in
it in
black
blue.
ink?
Did you draw
Nothing.
shit too? I mean, what's that over there?
Me trying to get my pen to work, and me just doodling.
So what else you got? What else you
All
got?
right, so you got the story of the jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
That's
Go
a
for it.
common. That's a common occurrence among everybody when it comes to Halloween. So jack-o'-lanterns actually originated in Ireland, but they used to use turnips and potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
They
Garbage.
didn't.
Nick
Garbage.
Fucks, I know. Don't surprise me.
They didn't become pumpkins until you came to America because
Wait a
pumpkins
minute,
weren't popular.
What? So they used to potato? How the fuck do you use a potato to be a?
You
a
find the biggest
jack-o'-lantern?
potato in your patch.
Your
and you carve it.
potato.
I'm gonna ask our Irish friend Mr. B. If he
Like
has any
that's
knowledge of this.
and turnips.
I doubt it.
He
But
might, he might.
they once they came to America is when they actually started using pumpkins because they
I see,
didn't discover
because it was
pumpkins until
the
they
greatest
came
country
here.
ever invented. So yeah, they had to upgrade. Yeah.
So the story of the jack-o'-lantern actually comes from a folk tale from Ireland called Stingy Jack. And I wrote down a brief summary of that actual
Who
story.
is Stingy Jack?
So Stingy Jack was a Mick, huh?
Sure. All right, so basically Jack was a very stingy man. He invited the devil out for a drink. Jack
Made him pay.
He didn't want to pay. Jack didn't want to pay. So he convinced the devil to turn into a coin, and the devil accepted. Jack kept the money in his pocket next to a silver cross, because the devil was a coin and next to a cross, he couldn't turn back
Well,
into
hold
the
on.
devil.
Hold on.
This is important information.
Wait a minute. So Stingy Jack not only didn't want to pay,
He took
He
the
got-
money.
but
He
he
tricked the
convinced
devil.
the devil to turn himself into a coin, so he could then use the guy he was drinking with to pay for his drinks.
You know what that's called? Big dick energy.
Wow, that's real big
Yep.
cheap energy.
So
Jesus,
devil
imagine
was-
if I turn one of you guys. I'm not paying for our drinks. I'm going to turn you guys into money and pay for it.
And then he kept it.
yeah, then he kept the money.
So he never actually paid.
No.
Holy shit, this guy.
On top of that, he robbed the bar.
So
American dream.
he put all the money into his pocket next to a silver cross. The devil couldn't turn back into himself because he's next to a cross. Okay. So Jack was willing to free the devil under the condition that he wouldn't bother Jack for a year. Okay. And when he dies, he can't claim his soul.
Okay,
All right.
fair enough.
The devil agreed. All right.
I would agree too if I was the devil. Yeah.
So about a year later, devil comes back because he was like, you couldn't bother me for a year. A year later, devil comes back and he tricked the devil into a tree. I don't know how, but he tricked him into a tree.
He turned him into a tree.
No, so he tricked the devil into going up into the tree.
Okay.
This
maybe he
is
was
a
hunting.
real powerful entity taking on the
Yeah.
devil. Okay.
Right?
I mean, this
Halloween's
guy is-
getting more and more cursed as we go on, but all right.
So then Jack carved a cross into the tree, and then he made a deal with the devil again that he would leave Jack alone for 10 years.
See, now Jack's getting smart.
Okay?
Not long enough.
Jack dies.
Damn.
Motherfucker.
Now what? Did he go to hell?
So God
If he
wouldn't
should, he should listen to our podcast.
God wouldn't let him into heaven
Okay.
because
I don't-
Made a
Jack
deal with
is,
the devil.
Don't disagree with God.
Jack is not a good person, and then the devil couldn't claim his soul. because he made a deal to not claim his soul. So Jack was just sent out into the night, and he put coal into a carved out turnip, and he's just roaming the earth.
So this is Jack-o'-lantern, basically.
That's where the term jack-o'-lantern comes from,
Wow.
because Jack had to use a lantern.
But it was a
made
fucking
of
turnip.
a turnip to
Jack-o'-turnip.
light his way.
All right, yo, grow some turnips next year. We're gonna carve them.
Wow, that's crazy. Holy shit. I did not know that at all.
So the name is Jack of the Lantern. So just
Jack of the Turnips.
Lantern.
It makes sense. Like, you know, when people think of a jack-o'-lantern, I don't know. I feel like I think of a pumpkin, like, lit up or something.
And then,
I think a pumpkin just works aesthetically because it's hollow.
It's
Majority of
But
it
it doesn't
is
say
hollow.
jack-o'-pumpkin. It says jack-o'-lantern.
because
Because you turn it into a lantern.
Right.
So basically, people started putting the jack-o'-lanterns in front of their houses to ward Jack off. Yeah,
Okay.
I
right
walked
into that
right
one.
into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it just wards him off
Jack
and
Mihal.
keeps him from
That's
being
it.
around.
Posing for pictures, guys.
Always.
Yeah.
We gotta save this for Halloween weekend though.
But yeah, so when the immigrants came over to America, they found pumpkins and realized those work better.
All right.
See. Yeah, America, baby. We always do it
So
best.
when did candy get involved?
I was just gonna say we
Yes.
can trick or
Jack
treating
candy.
next.
Yo, where's the candy?
Don't
trick
touch
or
my
treat,
earrings.
bitches.
Don't touch my earring.
for the fucking fans.
For the fans, here's a Kit Kat.
Doom Nation, you get one Kit Kat.
All right. So the trend of trick or treating started with the Celtics. Part of their festival was giving out food, like making food for the souls to take.
Just like I
Kind of
did
like an
for
offering.
Christmas and Thanksgiving, where I cooked all the meals for all those people.
Wasn't good.
No.
So people would go up to doors, perform some kind of antic, and they would get food in return. This was known as mumming, and that's the Middle Ages version of trick or treating. I don't know. why it's
Okay,
called
so they got
mumming.
actual
Mumming?
food.
Mumming.
So they earned like free food almost.
Yeah, they would do something in return
That's
for
not
food.
terrible for like you got to think back then like not a lot of people had to give away. So like you got a fucking full free meal by the end of the night probably.
9th century, the poor would go to the rich and ask for food in exchange for a prayer.
Okay.
What else I got? It was in Scotland and Ireland where guising was a thing. And young people would dress up in costume in exchange for an offering, fruit, nuts, coins, and in return they would sing, recite poems, make jokes in order to get the food. you
Okay.
know?
So the
A trick for a treat.
Okay, I see how this is gonna go.
Yep. And then it eventually turned into trick or treat. All right, trick. Now I disappear, and they slam the door shut in
So-
your face.
19th century, around saying November 5th, 1605, there was Guy Fawkes Day.
Guys, fuck day. I like Guy Fawkes
Whoa,
Day.
hang on. What do you mean, Guy Fawkes Day? Like,
Fawkes,
Fawkes,
F-A-W-K-E-S.
hold on. Okay,
Fawkes.
this is similar
This is,
to
Guy Fawkes Day is really close to my birthday, so I'm feeling this.
Guy Fawkes is the same guy
From
V for Vendetta,
yeah.
right?
Which
Who-
took place in 2020.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and not only that, but man, that shit is like. Sorry, Shane, but
You're fine.
V for Vendetta like is so similar to like it was so close.
V for
to
Vendetta
what's
is
happening.
2020.
Yeah, basically.
The UK locked down all of its residents because of a
virus,
pandemic that
a
broke
pandemic,
out in
a
America.
civil war in America destabilized the entire globe.
Yep. And then
yeah.
V was a subject of something, and he ended up betraying everyone and bringing down the established order.
Yes. So, sorry. What exactly does Guy Fawkes have to do with Halloween?
All right.
Now we're into
So-
conspiracies.
Guy Fawkes was executed for conspiracy to blow up the English Parliament and remove King James I.
That's what he did.
What the fuck? That's exactly what he did in the movie.
Because he was a real guy.
I know. Yeah. We almost drank this whole
So-
bottle of whiskey so far. It's all right.
This is gonna be
So-
real great.
How
to
about
have
this?
On
I
camera.
have an idea. I have an idea. Sorry.
You good?
The podcast will end when this is done.
I kind of want to drink that around the fire pit later, but all right.
So we still got time. So November 5th, 1605 is around the time when he was executed, and British children would wear masks and beg for pennies for a penny for the guy.
Interesting. I watched an HBO special that had my boy Jon Snow in it. What the fuck's his name?
Kid Harington.
Kit Harington.
Yeah,
And it
he's
also
real
had,
friend right here.
Yeah, real friend.
That podcast money went right to your head.
And it also had Tom Hardy in it, and Tom Hardy was Guy Fawkes, and it like showed I forgot what the fuck it was called, Gunpowder or something like that, and it showed like the real thing that happened between Guy Fawkes and the English government. And if everybody ain't never seen it, I suggest you watch that. I believe it's on HBO. It's called Gunpowder. Really good. Yeah, and Kit Harington's ancestor actually had something to do with that, like little like upheaval moment.
Kid Harington fucks up the establishment once again.
Yeah. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Like one of his ancestors had something to do with the gunpowder
Like in real
plot
life.
in real life. In real life, so he
The
played.
gunpowder and treason.
Yeah,
on
so he
November
played
5th.
he played his ancestor who had something to do with it, and Tom Hardy also. I think it was Tom Hardy. I could be wrong.
Or is that guy that looks like Tom Hardy?
It might be. And the Guy Fawkes guy was like in there. It was good. Sorry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, watch it. It's good.
So 20th century is when the Irish and Scottish kind of revived their Celtic practices. You know, the
20th century.
yeah, souling and guising, which is exchanging food or anything in return for like a trick or something like that. The 1920s is when pranks and everything became a big part of Halloween.
Oh, when they start. So the first people that got egged with 1920. Look at this kid. Jeez.
I know there's a couple of things I didn't get before.
The Great Depression is also part of what brought a lot of the mischief because people are just angry, so they're just taking it out on the
Just
town.
started fucking shit up. So this year should be real
I was gonna
dangerous.
say like 2020.
And
They
then
end up burning fucking houses down.
And then there's a theory that all the vandalism and mischief that was caused is what caused community-based Halloween to be a thing. People trick-or-treating in
Yeah.
their neighborhoods, just kind of staying close by. That's the theories.
Because it was probably safer.
All that vandalism caused,
So
community-based
do you know what the
trick-or-treating.
vandalism was back then? Because I'm sure they weren't wasting eggs.
They would destroy property. Assault.
Oh, okay. So
Like-
they were stabbing people in the street.
Violence, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they were... It
Trick
wasn't
or
a-
treat.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like the purge. And then around when World War II was happening, there was a decline in trick-or-treating because they had to ration sugar.
World War II ruined everything.
Yep. And then
Listen to our episode World War II in color.
We have to do
Way
another
back.
World War II
well,
episode.
we're gonna get back to it.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? I have an idea.
She's big on World War II?
Oh man, me and Bianca love World War II shit. So me and my buddy over here, Bianca, we're gonna listen and watch, and maybe we'll bring this guy in. A whole
Maybe.
I'll
bunch
sit
more,
there and get drunk and get learned.
whole bunch more World War II shit. We're gonna do World War II in
What
color,
was-
part 2.
What was
World
the
War
Battle
II,
of the
Part 2.
Bulge? What was when Russia fucking destroyed Germany with the airplanes?
You'll have to watch World War II in color, part 2, to figure that out.
I have though, but what
Bianca
was the
was
name?
so
the
excited
was
for
the
the
Battle of the
answer.
Bulge?
I'm not gonna explain it to you because you're gonna have to watch the second
But
episode.
I have. I just don't know the name of the battle.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, okay, well. Then you guys are the real losers.
What?
pass the snacks.
That's the snacks. These are the
Curator
good snacks.
is hungry.
Halloween, baby, trick or treat. There you go.
Trick or treat. Here, have a pizza roll.
I grabbed like 10 before when no one was looking.
Thank you.
The candy and pizza rolls. We're just packing on the
And
car.
whiskey.
This fucking podcast.
Quarantine weight.
Fuck that. Who cares?
The mac
Cheers.
and cheese is ready.
Ooh, mac and cheese.
Yeah, for dinner we're having mac and cheese. Nice.
And edibles.
And then the baby boom brought back trick-or-treating.
The baby boomers brought back trick or treat.
Because there's a lot more children to
They
bring
fixed
out.
everything.
Hitler was dead and it was good times.
And there was no more sugar rationing. So because of the non-rationing, candy companies capitalized it on Halloween. That was not a real word.
The
Capitalized.
establishment cap.
Yep.
Dude, I went to CVS and some of the bags, this bag of candy was like $10. There was other bags of candy that they were selling for $23.
I believe it.
They're just jacking up the price because it's Halloween.
Yeah. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah. Business
On
America.
average, Americans spend $2.6 billion on candy on Halloween.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Our tiger's over there. I don't know. What?
You gotta
Okay.
back away.
It was trash. Of course. I can't stop eating.
So we spend $2.6 million a year on only Halloween candy.
Around Halloween time, $2.6 billion.
I wonder how far $2.6 billion would go to like the Bronx infrastructure. One
I know
block.
what you mean. But like when you think about it, the reason why Halloween is so popular is because we live in a super, to bring our political thing into this, we live in a super capitalist society, right? So Halloween is a very easily marketed holiday.
Yeah.
Buy shit.
The branding costumes have
Buy
been around for
things.
50 years.
Buy shit. Buy a fucking costume. I bought all this stupid shit. You bought this stupid shit. We bought
To look like this.
I already owned all of this.
Doesn't surprise me. But you know what I mean? Like America is very capitalist, so like we're always thinking about how to make more money, how to spend more money, whatever. And Halloween fucking fits perfectly into that.
I was going
So,
to buy 2 costumes
of
this
all the historical aspect of Halloween that you gave us so far, America don't really give a fuck about that. to be
year. No, it
honest
just
with
wants to
you.
make money.
America gives a fuck about how can I make more money, and this is a great holiday on how
America's
you can
like
make
that
more money.
bitch Carol
Because
Baskins.
every year, like you said multiple times so far, what's the most popular costume? The most
Whatever makes the
popular-
most money.
Not only what makes the most money, but the most popular
Whatever's
random
popular.
thing. Whatever's popular, right? Which means that it's not like every year I have a costume and I'm going to wear the same shit every year. No. Halloween is based around I'm going to wear the most popular thing every year. I'm going to have to buy new costumes.
You spend
every
$50
year.
every year to
Me
wear
and
something
him,
once.
We embody how stupid Americans are because we bought the most, not only we buy, but we're dressed
Everybody's
as-
going to be fucking
Yeah.
Joe Exotic.
Exactly. So, that's the way it goes.
Well, we're just basic bitches like that.
Yeah.
Might as well have been Han Solo.
Capitalism, baby. For the win. For the win. And you know what? America, big greatest country ever.
Yeah.
There you go. Next.
Let's see. All right. I got random little facts.
Yeah, let's get some facts in. Let's get out of here because I want to start fucking
I want to.
party.
This is going to be the longest podcast ever. So
Yeah,
let's
no,
go.
I don't think the people want that either.
I
though.
think they want it. Let's go 2 hours. How about that?
How far are we?
We're 146 right now. Fuck that. It's whatever. Let's wrap it up. Let's go 140. Let's go 2 hours.
So,
2 hours. There you go.
Listen, if you never listened to a podcast before, like, fucking Radical Thought, you only listen to it when you have time. So if you didn't listen to the whole thing in one shot, that's fine. You can listen to 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I've been trying to convince this guy of that for the past, year.
Joe Rogan's long. 3 hours
Yeah.
is a long time out of my day.
He cannot understand how I listen to 3-4 hour long
You
podcasts.
commute an
I'm like,
hour a day to work.
I know, but I don't listen to the whole thing in one shot. When I have time, I continue off where I left off. And that's how I listen to 4 hour long fucking podcasts.
Yeah, but you have in 2 days you have 4 hour commutes.
I have my entire life to listen to a podcast.
I guess so.
Right? So I listen to the first hour and I don't got no more time. Turn it off. Then I go back and I continue listening later on when I have time. I'm
I would
trying
have
to
to break it
promote
up
us
into-
here, buddy. Sorry.
I don't disagree.
Sorry, Shane.
Subscribe.
Good.
Bottom right hand corner.
you good? All right. So, going back to, the beginning times, some of the rituals that they performed around Samhain, Halloween, all of that stuff. A lot of it focused on the future, like predicting the future. Like I said, the priests would have like ceremonies with the bonfire, predicting the future. A lot of it had to do with helping women find husbands, because that was important.
So that's where the sexiness came in.
Yeah. So the goal was to help a woman find a husband by next Halloween. So 18th century Ireland, they did.
So women have been dressing slutty for years on Halloween.
No, they're still
man.
dressing like ghosts, so they can
Slutty
hide.
ghosts, man.
They can hide. They would have a matchmaking cook that would put a ring of mashed potatoes. Make a ring of mashed potatoes on Halloween. I'm not really sure what that did. Couldn't figure that out. In Scotland, a fortune teller would name a hazelnut for each eligible suitor and toss them into a fire. And whichever one burned was either your true love or it wasn't. There's no in between.
Okay.
So, you know, that person has some sort of significance in your life, but you just don't know which until you get there.
All right.
Throw a bitch right in the fire, whatever.
Just throw some nuts in a fire. Eating a combination of walnuts, hazelnuts, and nutmeg on Halloween would bring you dreams of your future love.
You eat a lot of nuts, and you know you bring your dreams of how you're gonna nut.
There's a
later
lot
on.
of girls that take the nut on Halloween, so.
Oh my god.
If you thought that was going any other way, you haven't watched this fucking show before.
They would throw apple peels over their shoulder, and how it landed was the initial of your love.
All right, we could do something like that
hey,
this year. We could get apple peels.
Good. That reminds me of when you get married and you have to throw the bouquet over your head.
Yeah, it helps that person to know that they're next.
Yeah, it reminds me of that.
I mean, I almost died last week trying to.
Did you? You went all out, right?
I went on that. I almost
Yeah.
broke a toe.
I know. Luckily, Danny's
All for Danny.
Here I am, so single. A year and a half later, riddle me that.
Look at this, dude. I got a splinter somehow during the podcast.
Yeah, well, last week I deleted everything off my phone in a podcast with one
Oh my
swipe of
god,
finger,
that's a
so-
big ass splinter too.
I don't even know what is that. Look at this. Somehow you can't see it, but I
You should
don't
have got
even know.
stabbed.
Glass somehow just pierced me. All right, whatever. There you go.
So egg yolks, mirrors in a dark room.
What are these for?
You would stare into them and see your
Egg
love.
yolks. Okay.
Hold on, real quick. Egg yolks. Did you close the chicken coop? Okay, I don't know. I don't think it is anymore. I think it's nighttime now. Go out there and close that coop. I gotta take care
Bye.
of that. I have chickens and I love them. And they ain't, any fucking fox that's listening to this, I will kill you. Oh, it's still light out. Sorry, I don't know. We've been here for 2 hours.
Sitting
It's
in the dark for
longest-
2.5
It's the
hours.
longest podcast we ever did. I don't know what time it is.
Listen, this has gone off the rails during every topic.
No,
so
there's
it's
not a
surprising.
topic that you've been able to finish.
No,
Sorry.
and I don't mind. This is my everyday normal conversation. There will be a competition, kind of like the grab the bouquet. You go on a chestnut hunt. The first one to find a burr. A burr. I don't know what a burr is.
What is a
What is a burr,
Google.
Trish?
Google that, please. One of you guys. What is a
What
burr?
is a burr?
A burr?
All right,
Not
keep
Bill
going.
Burr.
Keep going. They'll get it. They'll get it.
It's a rodent.
Yeah, or there's also a burr, like when you die cast something and there's a bubble that comes on the outside, that's called a burr.
I'm pretty sure that's not what they meant.
To my understanding, it's a small rodent.
Okay, the rodent
that
thing makes
mates
more
forever.
sense. Okay, so that makes sense then. You want to find the thing that's gonna mate to help you find your mate. Apple bobbing. Going back to that. The first,
They've been doing that forever.
first one to bob for an apple and grab it. First one to get married.
Really?
Whoever's got that best
a minute,
mouth
Shai.
game.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What did you say?
I could have went somewhere, but I'm not gonna. So keep going.
Bob for apples. You get married next.
What that mouth do?
This guy, he knows exactly what I mean. And every
Come
every
on.
other guy watching and listening now knows exactly what we're thinking. So, yep. Next.
Superstitions. Common ones are black cats and walking under ladders.
What?
You know
Okay,
what? I work
You
with
wanna-
ladders all the time. I won't. They're like, yeah, just go under the
Fuck
ladder.
ladders.
No, fuck you.
You want to know the
fuck
black
you.
cat
Yes,
thing, don't you?
I want to know what the fuck does a black? Because we were at the animal shelter, and there's like a million black cats there. Why is a black cat so
So,
synonymous with Halloween?
In
or
the Middle
whatever?
Ages, it was believed that for witches to avoid being seen, they would turn into a black cat.
What? Wait, what? Why?
That's
So
pretty
they-
straightforward.
So people don't suspect them to
Shapeshifters.
be a witch. They would turn into a black cat. That's just I don't know.
Okay.
Talk to
They
me.
had
Yeah, I was-
superpowers,
It's the
bro.
people of the Middle Ages. They
had
also drained you of
superpowers.
blood to make you feel better. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't feel well? Here's cocaine and meth.
and then the walking under the ladders thing. It's an ancient Egypt thing. They found triangles to be sacred, so you're gonna break the triangle.
I don't do that shit at work.
Man, human
No, I
beings-
refuse to walk under a ladder.
No.
I barely climb a ladder. It
Ah,
freaks me
yeah.
out.
I'm on top of them all the time. It's not fun.
Nah.
Human beings, I feel, are just stupid,
Dumb?
right? And
Yeah.
for the most part, we make up shit that makes no sense, when I used to work construction, all the Guyanese guys I used to work with would never sweep near your feet, right? Because if you got your feet swept, you'd have to get married.
Your feet sweep.
But they took this shit so seriously for no reason whatsoever. But literally, if like anyone ever brought a broom near your foot, these guys would go running for the hills, because if a broom touched your feet while you were at work and someone sweep your feet, you'd have to get married. I don't understand.
Maybe that's where that like
That is
tradition
the
of like
furthest
jumping
off
the broom
topic we've
comes
gone
from.
all night.
I'm just,
You know the term like
point.
jumping the broom.
No,
You
I
jump the
don't know
broom
that.
when you get married.
Explain it to me. What does that mean?
That was on an episode.
I know it was on an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Fuck that. Grey's Anatomy is, apparently a really good
Hogwash.
show, but it's way too.
Listen, 9 seasons in a month, it got to be pretty decent.
9 seasons. You girls are sick.
Oh,
was
yeah,
16.
you're on
Yeah, me and Sam are only
You
a
want to
few
watch a
episodes
good?
away.
Fuck that. What you want to watch a good? Like horror.
Sons of Anarchy.
Movie.
horror movie?
No. You want to fuck that. You want to watch a good horror movie? Watch The Haunting of Hill House and watch The Haunting of Bly Manor. Those are good shows.
Oh
Those
yeah,
good
they are
shows.
great.
Yeah.
I love a good
Hill
horror
House
show.
was amazing.
American Horror Story is my favorite show, but I can't not stop.
I stopped
Grey's.
watching. I stopped watching that in the one where they were in the mental hospital and there
Oh,
was aliens
asylum.
and shit. Yeah. After that, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Listen, I've seen them all.
The one with the
multiple times.
witches was amazing. I love the one with the
witch
witches.
season.
Didn't they
That's
come back? Did the witch come
Yep.
back?
So season 1, season 3, and season 8 are all connected. Season 1 is Murder House. Season 3 is The Witches. Season 8 is Apocalypse, which
Okay.
brings the witches into Murder House, which is amazing.
I went to New Orleans a few times in the past couple of years, and I actually went to the cemeteries, and it reminded me of that. It reminded me of like those.
Because there's a
those
scene in
seasons,
the
and
third one where one of the witches gets hits over the head with a rock and gets buried by mistake.
And my favorite part about going to cemeteries in New Orleans is that Nicolas Cage has a plot in
Picked
one.
out.
Prepared.
Were you there? Were you
Yeah, I
there?
was with
he
you, yeah.
there. Me and this guy would do everything. So, Nicolas Cage has a plot in the oldest cemetery, I think it was, in New Orleans, and it's just a fucking triangle,
Pyramid.
like
It's a
national,
pyramid.
what was
like a
it,
national treasure.
treasure. And I mean, I guess I do the same thing, maybe, but the guy's so obsessed.
When
with
that YouTube money comes in, we'll buy our plots in New Orleans.
yeah, they'll be just giant pigs.
No,
You know what? We'll buy them when we go there next year.
You
it.
got Marie Laveau out there. That's a real
Marie
person.
Laveau.
So
that's
no,
the
no, no.
exact-
So we don't know where she's buried. There's several graves
There's
marked
several
her.
graves because she is, a queen.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 3 minutes left if you want to wrap this up.
Yeah. So what was all right?
Or we
So
keep going. I don't
let's.
really care.
No, I want to get the hell out of here and party. What's the biggest note you wanted to give us? What was something that you were excited to tell us about Halloween that you didn't get to?
I mean, I pretty much went through everything.
All right.
Did you really? Did you really?
Yeah.
All right.
It didn't. I know the notes seemed like a lot, but for the most part, I kind of went through it all and
All
got
right.
to the important stuff.
You three, favorite Halloween costume growing up? Bianca.
I was a lesbian. And
I don't give a shit.
That's nothing to
I
do with
don't
being
give
a
a
lesbian.
shit. Tell me, what were you?
I could not be slutty. Like, I don't know.
What was your-
I was
growing
a
up as a
doctor.
child-
I was a doctor one
Okay,
year. I
so
was super
the EMT
into
is enjoying being a
However,
doctor.
Guys, I was a Power Ranger. I was the Green Power Ranger. Power
Yes.
Was my favorite. When you said that, mind blown.
All right, Bianca, the Green Power Ranger. There's nothing wrong with being the Green Power Ranger. It's 2020, yo.
I always
Hold on,
wanted to
hold
be
on.
the yellow one.
Let's in future years, let's put together a Power Ranger team.
Oh my god.
Me, I'll be Red Ranger.
I'm the green.
Yellow.
Red
I'll be
Ranger,
the blue. I'll
Pink
be the blue.
Ranger, blue fucking Ranger. This guy, he was
You
the
gotta be
Blue
pink.
Ranger back in the day.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do
What
it.
was your favorite costume growing up?
Well, that's hard.
One.
One?
We only got 3
What's the
minutes.
one that stood out to you? Because that's what I picked. The best Halloweens I had.
All were amazing.
You have a minute. Sorry. You have a
When
minute
I was
and a
the
half.
Mad Hatter,
The Mad Hatter.
maybe it was my Harley Quinn.
Not the
Oh,
cow.
when you got fucked up in
Yeah,
Atlantic
you
City.
carried my dead body. But
All right.
Long story.
Not the cow.
Long
well,
story
that
short.
wasn't my favorite. was the
Long
cow.
story short, the captain saved my wife. He carried her.
I killed her too.
Killed her, and then he
Yeah.
killed her because he challenged her to drinking.
Yeah.
He said,
Sammy thought it'd be fun to just
you
drink
want
with
to
me
go
all night.
shot
and-
for shot, and if there's one thing we've proved over the years is, go ahead, make some room for the Tigers here. It's not easy to go shot for any member of the Legion of
No.
Doom here, and there it is.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So all right. So we got everybody's fucking favorite costumes. Oh wait. Before we go, favorite candy to get on trick or treating. What did you want?
Probably Reese's.
Yes.
Everybody wants Reese's.
No,
Favorite
Almond
candy.
Joys.
Oh, you're a sick individual.
Fuck that.
Snickers.
Mounds.
Mounds. Okay,
Oh,
2 weirdos in here.
Because we like fruit with our chocolate. I mean, that's.
All right.
Who
so
wants that on Halloween?
so that's Halloween, everybody, right?
You know fucking fruit with Snickers?
Maybe.
All right.
Is that when you were the cow?
Well, this
Is
is
that a
fun.
cow with a
She
chicken
was the
jacket?
cow.
Oh, man.
She got cold in her mother.
Do me a favor. Send me that picture. I am going to post.
Do you want the
if that-
dopey picture too?
I want it all.
I got the
want
picture
it
of
all.
Dopey too.
Listen. All right.
Yeah. You know what? We'll post a bunch of our childhood
That would be
fucking
Photos.
great.
If I could get one, I'm sure my mother
the
has
end,
a
yeah.
few. Yeah.
At the
All
end
right.
there.
So
But you
want me to
I
do
was
my
gonna say,
spiel, or
yeah, I was
what-
gonna
say what you
maybe,
gotta say?
maybe this time I'll do it.
go
you know
for
what
it
I'm
because
saying?
I'm tired.
I know the captain's tired. So you know what? Listen, thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever the fuck, however you're, just taking this in. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube page. What is it? 2 Doom Men. Just 2 Doom
I
Men.
think it's 2 Doom Men
You could
_
follow the
podcast.
link tree paid, link in our Instagram. That's where we go through most of our shit. You could also email us at 2doommen.
Gmail.com.
Yep. And you could also follow us on Twitter, 2doomed. It's actually at Doomed.
Facebook, Twitter, and
Instagram.
not Instagram. Facebook, Twitter, and whatever.
YouTube?
YouTube
Yeah.
is at 2 Doom Men.
Yeah.
Instagram's the only at 2 Doom Men _ podcast.
Right. On Instagram, 2doommen _ podcast. On Twitter, it's at Men Doomed.
Really?
That's the way Instagram made us make it.
You've
And,
been controlling that page. I haven't seen that at all.
I try. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I try.
Not a big fan of Twitter.
So, just if you can, man, please subscribe because we have to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's our goal. And you know what?
I'm gonna
Anything-
shamelessly
did I-
plug myself and
yeah,
Yes,
well, that's what
please.
you're on here for. We got no problem with that.
Shane, thank you so much.
Yes.
You did a fucking month's worth of research, for one stupid episode of ours. Thank you. I'm not even joking. Thank you. Thank you so
welcome.
much for everything you did. And this
drawing
was,
these
this was a
tattoos.
good time. And you know what? This was the longest episode we ever done. And
Yeah.
you know what? It was the longest episode because
It was
it was
fun.
fun. And I didn't want to end it. And you know what? It's technically not going to end because we're going to go and get really shit-faced and that's it.
We're
So
going to
go
have our
ahead.
own little Halloween party
Shane?
now.
I'm just gonna
Plug
shamelessly
yourself.
plug
Plug
my
yourself.
Instagram, beauty _ by _ Shane SHAYNE.
There we go.
That's all my hair and makeup stuff.
Yo, you want your hair and makeup done? Hit up our girl.
Got you.
She
I
does
come
my
to
hair.
you.
She does my hair and makeup every week. It's amazing.
Doom Nation.
If you want your pussy done, come find me.
And we out, Doom Nation.
Cheers.
Happy Halloween.